this a new way. I'm gonna show you the tricks that I know. I'm getting tired of talking, and I need more of a show right now. It's time that you made your mind up, 'cause lately all it ever does is change. Feels like we're only talking, going round and around, back around. I will fight like no other every day. I won't stop like the others. I will stay. 'Cause now is the right time, and I'm feeling alright. I'm playing your game like I know I can win right now. You got me up tonight, 'cause loving you is like I'm walking a tightrope so high. I won't be turning around, no, I won't be turning around. It's the right time, you feeling alright. I'm playing your game like I will win tonight. I think I'll do it on my way. I'm gonna show you what I'm going through, get you out of your comfort zone, 'cause I need more of the truth right now. It's time that you made your mind up, 'cause lately all it ever does is change. Feels like we're only talking, going round and around, back around. I will fight like no other every day. I won't stop like the others. I will stay. 'Cause now is the right time, and I'm feeling alright. I'm playing.
Oh no! There you are.
In life to rile you guys up so that whenever I attempt to kill you, you know, that conflict, it makes it really nice when I get to destroy your characters, and it also makes it nice for you when you get one over on me. You know?
Did anyone hear that? I heard bullshit.
Murder!
He's the lonely person.
One is the loneliest.
I heard threats with nothing to back them up.
Oh, you got jokes. Okay, so, hey guys, welcome back to Black Tower Stories on Twitch with the Adventures of Athoria. Here, chapter 82. So, last session, because unfortunately we had to cancel kind of last minute last week, but chapter 81, you guys continued your adventures inside the town of Silverwood. Which is a settlement that is known to have a dragon lurking nearest by. You guys have spent about a day or so just kind of getting to know the locals, meeting some of the more interesting characters that are present here in the village, and then have elected to spend your first night here. In the Silver Loot. I'm saying that correctly, right? Blah 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 blah.
It's
Yeah,
silver
Silver
tea.
Lute.
Lautry.
It's like Lutra.
An otter?
So, anyway,
you have some phlegm you gotta get.
no, it's just called French, which
Ew.
you gotta practice so they can spit on everyone. So, Izal, in the middle of the evening, has tried to tiptoe out of has tried to depart the Silver Loot in the middle of the evening to go run a moonlit errand. Caleb is obviously sleeping, as is Kelmac. Unfortunately for Izal, the elves in the party do not sleep, and may choose to do what they will regarding that. But just as a reminder, we're starting off here at around just after midnight on the 46th day of the first seed, for those of you who are keeping track of time. But it is yours. Izal, you're departing.
Mm-hmm.
Are your elven party members going to attempt to stop you, or they're just going to let you go?
I'm a master of stealth. They would
Vorit?
never know.
Yes.
Our our dwarf friend seems to be leaving.
I still feel like shit.
Do you want me to fix that?
Yes.
Actually,
Yes.
I don't know if I can fix that, but I'll try. Yandere will walk up to him and attempt to use Lesser Restoration. Wow, I can't talk. Lesser Restoration to see if it removes some of the drug effect.
Sure. I mean, that was mostly just aesthetic anyway. So we'll just say Volred's mental state clears up that migraine he's got very quickly dissipates. And there's kind of like just the muscle memory of the headache being there. So it's more like it takes a few minutes for your body to recognize it's not in pain.
Ooh. Clarity.
Good.
Thank you, Yandere.
You're welcome. Now, if you look, even though she's moving very well, quietly, it kind of just looks like she's scampering.
Yeah.
Does she do that often?
I mean, if you want to describe it as a scamper, then yes, she scamps.
Does she scamp at night a lot?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Pretty standard operating procedure, it would seem.
Do you ever wonder where she scamps off to?
I mean, the mind does get curious at times, but it's never been an issue in the past, and I understand one's need for privacy at times.
Do you want to figure out where she scamps off to?
I am indifferent, but it sounds like you want to figure out where she scamps off to.
Oh, I was going to go anyway. I just wanted to see if you wanted to tag along.
Say less.
Okay. Yandere lets Izal get a little bit further on down. I'm assuming I don't think Izal would be moving in the middle of the street, but wherever she gets out of line of sight, that's when Yandere will leave the house.
Okay. So you guys are doing the weird thing where you're going just kind of like running from hidey hole to hidey hole.
Essentially.
Okay.
My level of sneaking out consisted of me trying to get up quietly, get some, I think it was mead that I was getting, and just getting out of the building. After that, I assume I'm scot-free. So yeah, I would be walking right down the middle of the street.
Good.
Stealth is only to not wake you people up. Completely forgetting that it's like, oh yeah, elves don't sleep. Okay.
Yep. So, Yandere,
Yes.
and Volred. You guys follow a bit behind Izal here in the very wee hours of the morning as she is scampering down the main thoroughfare of the village. There, you see some lanterns kind of going around as it looks like there are like maybe 2 or 3 guards that are in the process of just kind of going around the area. There's a brief moment where one of them seems to talk, stop Izal and talk to her for a couple moments. You see Izal kind of gesturing with some stuff in her pack. The guard just kind of nodding. It seems all very cordial. And then they go their separate ways. Eventually, Izal enters the Silverwood itself, heading in almost like retracing your steps from earlier that day. And so it doesn't take you that long to get an idea about where she's going, as the only thing you know of in this direction is Elias's hovel, as well as the path to the Moonlit Grove. Are you going to continue to follow her at a distance?
Do you think she's going to sleep with that guy named Elias?
Do you think she sleeps with men often as she scampers into the night?
I don't know. You mentioned that she does scamper a lot. I don't get the feeling that Izala's too particularly picky about who she scamps with.
Well, let's see if there's a scampede afoot.
Great. We will
They're
proceed.
over here calling you a slut.
Well, I like the word scampede. That's a good one.
The act of scamping is a
With
scampede.
a lot of people doing it, it's a scampede. Like Vegas, there's a scampede going on there.
Okay. So, before too much longer, takes slightly longer than you recall here in the evening.
Fuck, it's dark.
Yeah, due to the darkness. But without too much effort, Izal arrives on the outskirts of Elias's hovel, which again is mostly just a kind of a small opening in some rocks by a riverbed that perhaps serves as some kind of shallow cave. So, Izal, you have reached your destination.
Hello. Hello. Oh, it's shallow. It's kind of a person. That's me
Yeah.
making the
So
noise.
you kind of call in. It's like, okay, you don't really see much in there, but you hear kind of a crackling noise, and then there's a shift of the stone face as the opening seems to widen a little more in the back, and then from the darkness, the haggard form of Elias kind of comes out, parting his little vine curtains and stepping out on the riverbank. Huh? Hello, visitors at night. This doesn't really happen very often. And I'm sorry. Are you here to kill me?
No. What I know of.
Ah, good. Because, well, it's quite dangerous out here, and you never know. And mostly, people are afraid of bears and snakes and otters and things like that. But, the truth is, I personally find that people are more dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
So, what you doing here? Come up with another burning question.
No.
Ooh,
Ooh.
did you want to see? Oh, yes, of course. How rude of me. Please, come in. I'll make us some mushroom tea.
No, I'll probably skip on the mushroom part. But, I'll come in.
Yes, of course. And kind of leads you in. This spell seems somewhat familiar to you, as you do recall a description of it somewhere
He's got
in
a
your family's
pocket
journal.
cave.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's got a pocket cave. So as you're kind of entering, the space really is very small. Then you see it just kind of open up at the back and then close around you. Yandre and Volred just kind of see Elias and Izal. They're having a conversation as they're going through, and then very quickly the volume drops to nothing. And there's silence.
But we can still see them?
Nope. They seem to have disappeared into the darkness of that cave? Question mark?
Well, that looks interesting. Have you ever seen anything like that before?
People walking into a cave? Yeah, I think so.
Well, walking into a cave and then disappearing.
Well, I assume the cave goes somewhere.
Yes, but the noise just cut out immediately, and we have no sight of them anymore.
Well, I guess I haven't seen that.
Oh, because I really thought you did at one point. Well, do you want to figure out what's going on? Or do you want to wait a little bit and let her scamp a little while?
What happens if we catch her mid-scamping? That would be embarrassing for all parties.
And
I
that might
know
be
that...
Go ahead.
Well, I know that I've been vain in the past, and I've tried to step away from vanity as a whole, but that would be rather awkward.
It would be very awkward for every party involved. Though, I do think Izal has seen you naked at this point.
Under duress. And in relaxation, I guess. So, yes.
Can you be duressed and relaxed at the same time?
Two separate scenarios. One was, well, I'm not sure if I was fully naked the first. Azal has seen me naked. I think you've made your point.
Oh. So, we can let her scamp a little bit for a while, and then we'll just go kind of figure out what's going on. And if you just so happen to see Izal naked, it's a fair trade.
Let's just go in and look around.
Right now?
We came all this far.
Okay.
They're clearly not in the room.
They're in a cave.
They're clearly not in the entry where they once were.
Well, how are we going to get into the cave?
Listen, I don't know what's going on, but I'm saying let's investigate.
Sure.
Semantics.
Got it.
Okay. So, you guys go to investigate and then as you part the vine curtain and step into the small cave space, it's literally a small kind of cutaway with an area that looks like is maybe 8 feet by 8 feet, low ceiling, bare walls. It's mostly muddy silt bottom. No evidence of any kind of living.
Eric, quick question here. You check your audio, your feedback for it, because you're cutting out about every third word. It'll kind of cut
Okay.
off. So I don't think it's your internet. I think it might be your volume.
I adjusted the sensitivity on my mic because on my side it looked like it kept picking up chatter in the back. So I upped the sensitivity.
We
Bring it
understood
back,
approximately 60% of what you just said.
Okay.
The cave
What
is
about now?
small. Oh yeah, you sound great now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just dropped the sensitivity back down. So you pass through this kind of narrow hole that you kind of have to scrunch through a little bit. And it's about an 8 foot by 8 foot room, muddy silt in the bottom. No evidence whatsoever of anyone actually living there.
I'm dead, guys.
Do we see any bodies? Is there a body?
Nope. You do, however, can kind of see, because there's no light here, but with your dark vision, you can see the vaguest sense of some foot traffic, as it does the coloration of the dirt from where you stand to the back wall makes it look as though that ground is more disturbed. So there's just enough variation in the soil to make that apparent even in the dark.
Okay, so just to confirm, like, this isn't like, is this a entry to a cave where there's a clear, like,
Nope.
This is a room that is a small 8 by 8 just cave.
Natural pocket.
Pocket cave. Okay, because I wanted to confirm, because there are caves that have entryways, and then people, what's the word when people spelunk?
Ooh. Yeah, spelunk.
Are there any spelunking areas in this pocket?
Nope. This would be perhaps a suitable place for you to hanker down for the night if you had an elevated bed situation. But nothing beyond that. And it appears Izal and Elias have completely disappeared. There's no other entry or exit that is apparent. other than the one you and Yandre just passed through.
See, it appears they've disappeared.
He's all. Oh, did you add something you wanted to say?
Go for it.
As you kind of step through the shimmering rock and feel the ground kind of shift behind you, you step in to this kind of, well, it basically is exactly as you describe it. It's a small pocket cave, a self-contained room surrounded by stone. You see in one section kind of this really large basin, kind of like large enough for a bathtub that has like this steam coming out of it. And then off kind of the side is kind of a more raised section of water where it looks like numerous stalactites are just kind of constantly dripping water into this basin. You see what looks like these very kind of low to the ground, though very wide-belled mushrooms that are growing in amongst some smaller, more round mushrooms. That's all kind of roughly covered with moss and peat. It looks like there's some animal furs thrown kind of on top of it, making some kind of a makeshift bed. And there are some sections of stone that look as though they've been worked to make some kind of a fireplace. No smoke or anything seems to be able to escape exactly. It's just the roof of this cave appears to be maybe 15 or 20-foot ceilings. So it just kind of seems to go up and be amongst there. Beyond that, the room itself has like these clusters of mushrooms that just kind of grow out the walls, making the sort of natural sconces and veritable light or multicolored light. Giving the place and like it feels great. It's like a nice, simple, like 65 to 68 degrees. Very comfortable.
This is
And so
cool.
Elias kind of gestures around. Oh, yes, it's, well, it's my little place, my hidey hole, so to speak. That's actually what I call it. It's a nice little spell called hidey hole. And though it's good for more than hiding, obviously. The only downside is that I have to recreate it every day, so I can't really keep much here. But given the fact that the nature seems to provide me most everything that I need, that hasn't really proved a problem. But there are occasionally some necessities that I do have to go into town from time to time to get. Because obviously nature doesn't provide those. Things
Speaking
like
of which,
knives.
I pull out 2 bottles. I got some gifts from the town as an exchange for helping us out earlier. But
I think I recognize that bottle. Would that have come from Gwyneth, perhaps?
yep,
Oh, Gwyneth, such a positively wonderful person. You know, her family is actually quite well-to-do, if you didn't know. She owns the Silver Loot, mostly as a, well, it's really more of just a pastime, really. Her family owns the Moonstone mines that lie a little bit northeast of here. Most of the days, she doesn't have much to do with it. She's hired an individual, a dwarf by the name of Grimger. Really nice guy. He is fiercely proud of his work and an excellent craftsman in and of himself. And he came down from the Dwarven lands up north and basically runs the mine for her. So she basically gets to sit around and collect a paycheck. But, she never really... Well, let's just say that she continues to be a good neighbor despite her success and continues to share. For example, the meat that you've brought, one of my favorite, in fact.
glad I could help deliver it. I was gonna get you something, but she said that it's no problem giving it to you, so...
Oh,
This is-
well, since you've declined the tea, and you have come all the way, perhaps we should open up one of the bottles. It would be a shame for you to leave town and not have a chance to try it at least once.
I mean, I'm guarantee I've got some drinking to do back at the tavern. But I mean, a little bit. This one isn't gonna hurt, I'm sure.
Okay. And he kind of reaches out to like a section of like roots that are coming through, and it looks like he kind of is just kind of grabbing one and kind of teasing it out. And so it creates this kind of long strand of wood that as he kind of starts rolling it, the wood kind of starts curling and making one. It's kind of like, in art class when you made the little snake clay jugs. It's like that, but he did it with wood. And so you have this weird little spiral wooden tumbler that he kind of takes one and hands it over to you and starts rolling one for himself and then goes, "Oh, wait one moment. Ha ha ha." And he kind of reaches down and pulls up like a big sharp rock, kind of goes over to like one section of the cave and it's like moving a couple things and you kind of see like a section of water that's running down one of the walls, but it's frozen and just kind of starts smacking some ice, thin sheets of ice off the wall.
Everything.
Kind of coming, dropping stuff, and pouring just a little bit. He too seems to want to savor the things. And he raises the glass, to new friends.
Yeah.
And kind of clinks the glass a little bit and starts drinking. Honey is good, but I have to admit, when this happens, it's so much better.
This is a weird cave.
Yes, it's a very interesting spell. It's not one that's super common, I must say. Mostly, from what I understand, it's a spell that comes from dwarven lands used by mountaineers.
That's
but
where it is. Yeah, my grandpa he wrote about having a spell that he did this, but that's like he didn't learn that till he was like way older. It's one of those more higher, well, we would call it a circle, but I mean you
mean the druid circle?
A circle of like power for spell level type of how strong of a spell you can do. Is this just like, do you have to focus to do this, or is this something that just happens naturally?
Oh, no. This I actually learned from Lady Isadora. She's an accomplished druid, in fact. Though it would seem kind of odd whenever you first meet her to think she's a druid, but in truth, she comes from a long line of druids and magical practitioners. The Silvermoon family has guarded the Silverwood for centuries, really. You could think of the entire forest as being their sacred glade. They have a variety of skills, and Isadora is another one that has been very kind. She allows me to be out here in the wilds and checks up on me from time to time, and mostly is just a good person. She doesn't mind at all that if I'm running a little light in what I've been able to forage. She has gardens, fruiting hedges that she's cultivated for generations. And she has no problem with myself or anyone else in the village just wandering into her garden to pick produce if necessary. It's quite nice. She maintains some other orchards west of the village, though I'm afraid some of those may go fallow along with the dragons, as it takes quite a bit of time in order to harvest them. And, well, with the dragon about, it's proving to be very dangerous work.
How long has this dragon been around?
Oh, difficult to say, really. From what I've understood, the dragon's actually been here quite some time. It's really only, I suppose you could say, manifested any kind of threat recently. Perhaps it has found a bit of strength and has finally grown. big enough to spread its wings, so to speak. I don't know much about dragons, but I do know that Lady Isadora was quite perturbed at the idea of the dragon moving so close by. Apparently, there are some places that belong to the Silver Moon Estate around here. Places that, well, Lady Isadora would rather the dragon not be aware of.
Hmm.
Oh, I probably shouldn't have told you that. Oh, well. So, what brings you to the Silverwood?
Oh, well, we brought mostly like I wanted to bring you that meat as like a thank you, but we're here to. There are some people that were impersonating my friends and I, so we're coming here to take care of that. The dragon's close by, so we figured we tried to help take care of that for you too, if it's a problem. But if it's,
Impersonating you? That's quite a rude thing to do.
I know. They don't even get my personality
elves, interesting fact, elves actually have a habit of not reusing names, in case you were unaware. They do that in order to ensure that each elf has a form of individuality, but also as a form of paying respect to those who came before. Obviously, it's quite an interesting idea, but I guess we humans will never do such a thing. From my understanding, dwarves like renaming their individuals after ancestors as an actual way of honoring them. Very strange how different individuals think of things differently. In the same way that animals can have very different life cycles and well, in most cases, would actually be very much enemies. But in some cases, when it's clear that they're not actually necessary for conflict, such as some of the large cats that happen to prowl the forests here, when they're not actually hunting, they'll lay down in the grass. And it's like the deer will come, an Adak will come right nearby them. And it's like for that moment, they simply cease being a predator and prey. They are simply two creatures within the greater whole.
Nature's nice like that. They don't kill too much. They kill just what they need. They don't go on a crazed, murdery spree just to wipe out stuff for no reason.
Well, unless they're ducks. Ducks are assholes.
Oh, yeah. They are mallard maladies.
Yes, of course. I once saw two ducks have a conversation. Well, I would call it a conversation. You don't speak duck, so obviously you wouldn't. But one of them just went grabbed the other one's neck and rang it, killed it. For no apparent reason, and then spent the following hours sitting on top of the corpse of its vanquished friend. And then I sit here and think, you really didn't need to do that. He was just enjoying his time. He's an asshole.
Well, I'm not going to trust ducks ever again. Not that I did before, but it's definitely going to the top of the list.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. But, it is quite nice, though, of course, to have conversations with some people out in the wider world. I mean, when I'm out here, it's normally... I don't have much to talk to, really, other than the people in town. The occasional animal that wanders through. I had a really nice conversation with a unicorn some years back, though. Though, to be honest, he probably didn't seem that he really wanted to spend much time around me. He seemed somewhat perturbed at my presence, at being so close to him, and, proceeded to try and end the conversation and depart. I don't think he was trying to break off too quickly, though, because that would have been rude. And, unicorns, they're actually quite nice. I know it. But they are very picky, of course. They don't often show themselves around people. You know what? It just occurred to me. I just go blathering on and on and on and on and on, and I'm not giving you any opportunity to speak. Please, tell me more about yourself. It was Izal, was it?
Oh, yeah, it's Izal. Friends and I coming here, starting some adventuring things, taking care of family business, solving some mysteries, making new friends along the way. Then some people like to steal identities and just derails the whole situation. You gotta go take care of that.
I know. I must admit, you are the second Izal I've met in my life. And the other one was a bit of an asshole.
Was it recent or like before?
Fairly recent. Another dwarven lass like yourself came through about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, the thing I was mentioning about the impersonator. That would be one of them. That would be the one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you see, now I'm sorry. It's just when you both have the same name, I assumed it was, like I mentioned previously, dwarves you reusing names as a point of homage. I just assumed that perhaps you maybe shared an ancestor or a folk hero or something of that nature. That's really very rude.
It does make it
But
easier
then
to
again-
make yourself seem like you're part of a family or something without actually being part of it. A lot easier to impersonate someone in those situations.
Hmm. 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 Are you expecting company?
No, pretty sure came by myself.
The mushrooms are telling me that someone is outside. Well, I suppose if they're not with you, I should probably summon some friends to take care of them, eh?
Do the mushrooms tell you anything? Like, is it a whole bunch of them? Is it one? Is it... Because, like, a couple of my friends aren't always... Nope, that was the goblin one. I don't know who they are. I can go see who they are. I wouldn't want you to strain anything.
Okay, I'll leave the door open for you, just in case. If they are friends of yours, let me know. I would love to make them some tea.
Alright. What's that? I go to where the cave entrance was. Just walk
Yep.
forward.
So, Yandre, Volred, you guys are in the middle of inspecting this cave area. Swearing, talking, however you guys choose to intervene to use the following minutes. But you kind of hear this shifting of dirt, like scree on a mountainside that's just kind of given way a little bit. Volred, you start to think that maybe that trip of yours is coming back, as it looks like that back wall, the pattern of the rock is starting to shift. And then it's like it starts pulling away. And it isn't until, like, Yandere, you pull around due to the slightly increasing light, as you see that back wall has kind of, the stone itself has molded away, and you see Izal kind of standing in this opening, backlit by some bioluminescent fungi.
Yandere, is that real?
Yes, it's our scamp.
The hell? Hey!
But, like, she appeared from the wall.
Yes, just like she disappeared into the wall when I originally told you that we were going into a cave that went silent and we lost visibility of her.
Yeah, Volred just kind of looks around, kind of goes up to the nearest wall and just kind of touches it and just kind of examines. Well, we didn't necessarily see her leave. I just wanted to make sure my eyesight was
From
correct.
deep in the cave, you hear, pardon me, good fellows, but you're letting all the cool air out.
Yeah, come in or out.
Yandere looks over at Volred and just walks in.
The spell's so cool. Come take a look at it. There's like a natural spring, like a grotto in here.
Grotto.
Volred follows.
Indeed. As you guys come in and see the small little studio apartment, nature-themed, that's been set up here, Elias is kind of in the process of, it looks like, warping some vines, making some kind of cutlery, and like plates or such. He goes, "Oh, hello. Fancy meeting you again. Welcome to my hidey hole."
It's a spell.
Hidey hole?
Yes, indeed. That's what it's called.
It's called something else and where I've read it, but it's the same point.
It looks comfortably relatable.
It's very quaint.
Indeed. Indeed. Well, please, would you like some tea?
What kind of tea?
Sure.
Oh, it's steeped mushrooms and herbs.
Is that similar to the mushrooms that he had earlier? And Andre looks over at Volred briefly.
Oh, no, I don't put dream cap in this. I mean, perhaps sometimes in really small doses if I'm trying to need a little something to get me to sleep. But I mean, who takes an entire dream cap? Besides, they're typically better once you cook them a little bit.
Great. I'll have some with lemon.
Yeah.
Question for DM. Did Yandre's spell that make me feel better get rid of this addiction thing you were talking about, how the mushrooms were highly addictive?
Ah, that's a good question.
I feel like I need to know for
Yes.
proper.
That's a good point. Now.
Nah, it'd be no fun to get
Let
rid of your
me check.
addictions that easily.
My rules on narcotics.
Look, I like a little diction.
Pull up the
And a
narcotic
big
rules,
shit.
Eric.
Yes.
I like diction of all sizes. Or syntax.
Yes. For your level of addiction, then yes. Because you had a very minor addiction.
Cool, so like I'm cured forever.
Yes. It's been purged from your system. Just so that you're aware, like that particular set of mushrooms, you would have had that slight feeling for probably about 3 days. And then at that point, you would have had to make another save. And if you had passed, then you would have kicked the addiction. Otherwise, you'd start having some severe withdrawal symptoms.
A minor addiction giving severe withdrawal symptoms. Got it.
Only because of the particular drug you had taken. It's the dream cap that has the strong thing.
I will pass on the tea, thank you.
I'll
Okay,
I'll take
alright.
some tea. As long as it's not just me drinking it, I feel a little better about it.
Of course. I'll get some made.
I usually have some tea, and my general rule, though, is anytime I encounter a tea, I want to know the tea in order to get the tea.
I do believe that is a pretty good idea. After all, there are a number of herbs in the forest that are quite poisonous. You can't just go throwing everything into your tea.
Quite wise.
This is nice. I rarely have people in my hole, so
Well, we already had most of our talk. I don't know. But anyway, I just came to drop off some stuff. Did you guys... Were you too worried about me?
Yes.
I don't know if word was the exact phrase that we would use, but yes.
Oh, I was just dropping off some mead that the tavern owner donated.
You couldn't have done that during the day?
We got stuff to do tomorrow. We have to take another trip out here. I figured he was going to be kind of hungover. We'd get a late start to things anyway, so I could have time to sleep. And I didn't know he had a giant pocket cave.
The hole is musty.
It's the moss.
Valid point.
Is the tea ready?
yes, I mean the tea gets done and it gets divvied out in short order. I don't know if you guys have anything else that you wanted to discuss with Elias, or if you guys were just here.
No, I figure we had dropped stuff off, had a short conversation. I'm ready to go back so I can get to bed.
Okie dokie. So then, you guys spend a little bit of time with T and Elias. He seems noticeably less crazy, which makes you wonder if maybe he was on shrooms earlier when you met him.
Perfect guide. You gotta
And,
feel the forest. That's how you know.
And then, before long, after spending a little bit of time, you guys return to Silverwood and the Silver Loot, and begin to kind of make your way back up the creaky staircase where everyone else is sleeping, and then continue on your long rest, I assume.
The inn has stairs. Got it.
There is a
Yes.
second floor.
Yes.
Thank you for the minor clarification that matters in so many ways.
I know it does.
I would build stairs and then climb up them just to... I want carpentry skills. That's what I want.
There's no second floor, just stairs.
I'll dig it. This is why I got the joy of saying I go upstairs.
Yep, it's just like every single time you just go up, like you always are trying to go upstairs. You rent a room, you know, at an inn. It's like, all right, cool. You walk up the stairs, you pop up on the roof, and you're like, oh, it's a bit drafty, but okay.
This bed sucks.
Yep. You guys are the kinds of people that when you're on the Dungeons and Dragons world equivalent of kayak, you need to hit a toggle saying that it's multiple stories.
Has to be, or else we're not staying there.
Yep. It's like old adventurer's superstition where one story ends are not safe.
I tend to book on Air D&D.
Let's see. Wow. Too bad you weren't a bard. I might give everyone inspiration for that.
We walk on back to the tavern and sleep our way.
Okay.
For those who sleep.
So, yes, for those who sleep. Okay, so you guys wake up in the wee hours of the morning on the 47th day of the first seat.
Alright. Calmac. Wake up. We gotta go meet a dignitary. You're muted.
What the fuck is a dignitary?
A what? Dignitary. I thought you were in the military.
Dignitary?
An upper crust individual.
Wait, how highborn are they? Are they...
Probably some of the most highborn. Well, I don't know. They own like a whole bunch of stuff. They're in charge. They're the. Pull up my note real quick. She's the Baroness. Has a manor to the north of the town. So, do with that what you will.
Okay.
You're
I'll
gonna
just
bed
sit
either
up.
way. That's why I'm going.
Well, there were no beds. You slept, right? This place just had a balcony.
I mean, it was a storage room, and they brought like some cots. So,
But
sure,
you went to sleep
not
before
bed.
that, so you were on the floor and we were on cots.
Yeah.
I was in a bedroll.
I'm gonna go camping.
But you know, I mean, for someone who's a soldier, like, clearly, it kind of makes you wonder, right? Because he's not used to. He complains about sleeping on the ground. He doesn't get up early in the morning. And he kind of complains about training.
It's all the
It's like-
PTSD. It's messing
Are
up
you
with
sure
the
you're a
internal clock.
soldier? Nah, it's just that he was a legacy recruit, you know. So he had that, legacy privilege.
You got that first rank for
Any
free.
soldier that has been like, man, I love sleeping on the dirt.
No, but I've met plenty of soldiers that were like, oh well, it's life. But anyway, you guys awake the following morning. with the smells of morning breakfast kind of making their way through the floorboards. I saw that. And kind of filling the area. Um, and yeah.
I mean, I'll
What's
pack
for
up my
breakfast?
shit.
Okay, so you're gonna head downstairs.
Yes.
Okay. What strikes you immediately is that the silver loot is absolutely packed this morning, and not with the normal kinds of people. A quick survey of the area, you see what looks like merchants and caravan guards and such, but the vast majority of them, people you've never seen before, look as though they are injured and hurt. Um, some appear to have been recently bandaged and are in the process of just kind of uh, scarfing down some kind of breakfast stew in bread. And you can kind of see Gwyneth and some of the local townspeople kind of turned helper, just kind of bringing out these large kettles of stew that are just pots that they're just mass producing to give out to lots of people. As you're
How many people, approximately?
The inn is at capacity, so we're talking maybe 30. But that includes other individuals plus some of the individuals that you know are townspeople and you've met before.
All right. So what's the plan for
Did,
today? I was planning on trying to get a meeting with the Baroness. See if she has any information about the Green Dragon. I heard they're having a lot of issues with it.
Well, clearly, as I gesture to all the injured people, I'm going to assume they ran into it, or it ran into them.
Yeah, we should probably figure out what's happening here. But we can definitely do that too, is all.
Okay.
I approach the bar and wait for Gwyneth's attention.
Okay. Gwyneth is kind of going through. She takes a moment. This time haggard. She's kind of still trying to. She still has vestiges of that bright demeanor that you've come to expect from her in the roughly day or so that you've known her. But she definitely appears as though she hasn't. It's still early in the morning, and she's still, and already she's desperately in need of a break. And she kind of comes and goes, "Oh, good morning. I hope the accommodations were to your liking. I have stew, so find a plate and have at it."
Thank you. I was actually going to ask if there was anything we can do to assist. It would appear that there's, well, something happened.
Yes, we had a caravan come through a few hours ago, earlier in the morning, right around dawn. Looks like they were attacked by some kobolds along the road west of here. And looks like quite a few of them. Looks like several of the caravan members are dead, but they were able to make it here to the village, running mostly. Apparently, they're pretty strong, whatever the kobolds are, so I don't know exactly. The head of the caravan, Matthias, and she kind of points over into the corner of this kind of middle-aged guy with this kind of long, kind of wavy, kind of black hair, who's in the process of just kind of going around from person to person and talking. He's the man who leads the caravan. They were heading eastward to Avedon. But I don't know. Maybe you could speak to them. Beyond that, if you want more information about how you can help, in that case, I recommend you talk to Talon.
Understood. Well, is there anything I could do for you? It would appear that well, it looks like you've been running around quite a bit. If I can give you 5-10 minutes to rest your feet, that would be hopefully some help.
Don't worry about the love. It's well appreciated, but this is the last group that needs to be fed, so that'll be nice. I will warn you, though, some of them may have to spend some time upstairs in the loft. So I will take the effort to remove any of your belongings and plant them in a locked room so as they don't get messed with. But it might be safer just to make sure that you don't leave anything of particular value up there. Not that I think they'd take anything, but as bags and such will be brought in and brought out and shuffled and moved, things do tend to get lost.
I understand. Well, thank you, Gwyneth. I will alert the party. And if she doesn't have anything else to say, I'm going to go back and just kind of give them the 411 on the kobold attack.
Kobolds.
Yes.
Well,
They may be getting a little uppity with the dragon nearby.
kobolds, I don't know if it's the same down here, but up north, kobolds were often found to follow dragons. They revere them.
Yeah, so this may be I don't know, the outer vestiges of a dragon cult, maybe.
I look over to Zal. I wonder what Mizak is doing.
Probably
Cam-
captain of the high seas by now.
Camera cut to Mizak. He's on the
It's got a peg leg
bow
now.
of a.
Yep,
He's
he's on a deck with a little pirate hat kind of tilted off to the side with a cutlass going.
50 cannon man of war. Just we sail, get raided, and just Mizak sees us. Just you. Just
You did
no.
this to me. It's like, oh shit. He's probably retired by now or dead.
No, you can't hurt them. They need that friend.
I hurt them. What?
I give you
Eh.
your nibbles.
I don't know what that is.
I can't even do that voice.
Well, for a description of where the caravan came, it was going to Avedon. We came from Avedon, didn't we?
Yes, you guys were basically coming east to west. They were going
West to
west
east.
to east.
Right, so they're coming towards where we were going. So
Yeah.
where the
You would
dragon,
know from the map that you saw the next closest city is Astoria.
Right.
Okay, and Silverleaf
Prime-
is at that.
It's the prime
Sorry.
dragon area, essentially, because
Yeah.
this is past the town that we were at.
Yes. So if you guys hit the road south, go like through the dragon area, you guys will be about a day's travel from Astoria. Silverwood is kind of on the road in between Astoria and Avedon, so you're about halfway there.
We're living on a prayer.
Halfway.
We're halfway there.
You're halfway there. Oh, in love with a bugbear.
I don't know.
So, with the kobold attacking, I think we should. If it's in the same direction, that means the dragon being an issue. We should take care of the dragon first.
And
We should
Yeah.
ask the Baroness if they have any information. I'd like to know how long it's been here. How long has it been an issue? Why did it suddenly start getting more aggressive?
Real quick, DM, where I know that Gwyneth said Matthias was helping, was the head of the caravan, but then she also mentioned who was the other individual to talk to?
Talon. He's the half
Talon.
orc, the sheriff of the village. That would be the individual Izal went to talk to about the imposters.
I know where his house is. Let's go.
Yes, is all. Maybe before going and talking to the
Baroness.
Baroness, we could stop and talk to Talon and get a little more information on this attack. It could be helpful. The more information we have.
All right. Let's quick eat up what we got and get moving. Are you down? All right, Kelmac, are you allergic to something?
No, I had wings earlier and I burped. Oh,
Well, don't eat spicy
You know-
food this early in the morning.
He said wings. It's like, that's why we don't let cats eat birds. You don't just eat
you
any
know,
old
you know
bird
what I
flying
mean out
around.
of character, you
That's
nerds.
spicy.
Oh,
What
I
kind
know
of
what you mean.
what kind of wings?
It was buffalo wings.
Like buffalo flavor or
Yes, buffalo flavored.
goes for some buffalo flavored wings right now. Anyway, come on, Kelmac,
Yeah.
quit choking. Let's go.
So,
It was
you're,
yesterday's biscuit. It's pretty dry.
yep, you're gonna lead them on to Talon's place.
Yeah, we'll head there. Assuming he's not. Oh, he's probably in the middle of town with all the ruckus that happened. But if we can't find him in town, I don't know where he's staying at.
He's just at home chopping wood with his shirt off.
Damn, I'm missing that shit. Let's go.
Okay. So you head over to Talon's place, kind of knock on the door. Talon opens, and then I guess just for Volred's clarification, he's wearing like these light doe skin breeches that are kind of like rolled up to the point to where they kind of look almost kind of like capris. But he's not wearing any boots, and he is not wearing a shirt. And so you can kind of see muscles. Also looks like different scars and such. And he's, yeah. So he's just kind of looking down at the group, and then kind of looks over to his own. Oh, you're back. Well, if you're here this early and staying at the Silver Loop, I assume you're here to talk about the caravan.
Yep.
All right, come on in.
Give us everything you got. What happened? Numbers? Who? How many? Like, what? Their strategy? What do you got? Anything?
Well, from what Matthias and the other individuals have told me, they were traveling eastward from Osterin. And when they made it just east of the bridge that lies over the Silver Run, they were attacked by a group of green kobolds. It wasn't a very large group, from what I was told, only about 5 or 6. But from what some of the guards told me, that the kobolds were different in some way. Seemed to have some kind of runes.
Coordination. Oh, rune. Okay.
Runes carved into their bodies, and they seem to have strength much beyond the normal kobolds. They don't really know much more, and I can't say, but they seem to be empowered in some form. So, as far as I know, either the kobolds have a powerful shaman in the clan, or perhaps they've managed to make a patron of someone. Perhaps the local dragon, or someone else.
Kobolds are a superstitious bunch, so given the area they're attacking in, I would put money on the dragon, but since we don't know all that much information about it, who knows? Especially if 5 could do that much damage to that large of a caravan.
Well, I can say that you being adventurers, the caravan guards were
pretty standard fare as far as guards go. And quite honest, I haven't really seen you in combat, but you strike me, little lass, as the kind of person that probably could have taken the caravan on yourself, too. So, I suppose one thing in your case would say there's a difference between saying the kobolds are strong and saying they're stronger than normal kobolds.
We'll go with that one. The problem is that if they've got some type of... Has there been reports of kobolds around the area before? Or I think they might have moved in?
There's been small smatterings of kobolds and goblins and all sorts, over the years. We have the Moonstone Hills to the north of the Silverwood, and the mountains not too far from there, so occasionally they do come down from the mountains and other areas. It's not that uncommon, but most of the time their bands are small enough not to come near the village, and even if travelers do meet them on the road, they're usually easily dispatched.
It's dangerous if you're on their home territory, so...
I suppose. Based on what Matthias said, it looks like it's possible that they may have nested somewhere in some of the caves along the Silver Run to the south or southwest of here. Just to be sure, I have sent Darian out to scout the area and see if perhaps he's can find anything.
Okay. It's one more thing we gotta worry about. Anybody have any questions?
Has anything like this happened before?
Like I said, occasionally you see some small bands of kobolds coming from time to time. Normally between myself and Darian, we're able to handle it. If we get any larger groups, normally we're able to put out a post to the Adventurers Guild, and band of adventurers like yourself shows up, though perhaps not so senior, to wipe them out. It's... from what I can tell, you guys are gold rank. Not entirely sure that this is up to your standards. Perhaps it's silver rank at best, but, well, if you don't feel like dealing with it, we'll have some other adventurers come through.
It's a matter of convenience. We're already here.
Azal does like to fight.
And I've been real bored lately.
And leaving the kobolds, even for a little while, will see an increase in numbers exponentially.
Primary focus, if we can get rid of the dragon, it'll either drive away the kobolds without their patron, or it'll at least weaken without an immediate sense of charge. But the kobolds will be in the way. The longer we wait, the more rooted they become and their machinations become an issue. We deal with a lot of kobolds up north.
They are, if anything, industrious.
Well, I'd like to try to get a meeting with the Baroness, but if we want to try to just go right for it now, we can. I just feel like the more information we get, the better.
Well, that's up to you. As I said, if it's beneath you, I completely get it. It's not as if Silverwood has so much to offer. In any case, even the bounty on the dragon is being taken care of by the Merchants Consortium, so perhaps if you're traveling around, you can feel free to see Lady Isadora if that's what you want to do. But just let me know what you decide, because I'm in the process of trying to plan the town's response, and so I'll need to factor that into whatever we decide to do.
Yeah, pencil us in. We're probably gonna nose turn on no stone unturned kind of thing. But I have a question. That is weird that it was a merchants consortium that hired for the reward for the dragon, but like Lady Isabella is like she's in charge, and from what I understand, they have quite a bit of pull. Could she not have tried to fund that by herself? I mean, especially if it's directly impacting parts of her like territory.
Well, it's not really my place to speculate on why the Baroness chooses to do or not do whatever she does. Just from what I understand, Lady Isadora prefers not to have outsiders going and poking around the Silverwood, trampling up and down what she considers to be sacred land, unless it's absolutely necessary. And even to this time, the dragon has not injured anyone in the town, despite its obvious proximity. And so, at the very least, it seems to be unconcerned. So, it's mostly a situation where she doesn't want to kick a hornet's nest that she doesn't have to. But the merchants obviously complain. And besides, they have more money than Silverwood does, so let them pay.
Good point. I don't know if we got nothing else here. I'd like to go. I would really want to go to try to have a meeting with her if we can. But we're probably going to take care of those kobolds. Just letting you know, if they don't become an issue anymore, it's because we took care of them.
Well, we appreciate that. I'll be sure to let her ladyship know, and perhaps some sort of reward can be negotiated.
Anybody else got anything? Quick questions before we...
No, I mean, obviously, we understand that the kobolds are going to be at the way, and the dragon is the primary thorn in the side right now.
All right. Well, let's get going.
Sounds good.
So I would like to try to head to the north of the town to try to find the manor where Lady Isadora might be at.
Okay. So, yeah, you guys have seen, or at least glimpsed, the manor
It's the big
before
house.
it had it. Yeah. Well, you guys saw the tower, at least, of the house on your way out to see Elias. As you guys continue out that way, it's a pathway pretty easy to get to. As you've entered through the winding path that leads to Isadora's manor, the atmosphere changes. The air grows crisp and fragrant with the sweet scents of blooming flowers and the earthly aroma of nature. Soft rays of sunlight filter through the lush canopy overhead, casting dappled patterns of light and shadow along the verdant landscape. You catch glimpses of vibrant colors as you approach the manor, a tapestry of delicate blossoms and vibrant foliage that encircle the estate's walled gardens. The manor itself emerges, a charming sight that blends rustic charm with elven elegance. Its two-story structure is adorned with intricate carvings, while a slender tower reaches gracefully towards the sky. The surrounding gardens are a tapestry of vibrant blooms, and fruiting hedges line the pathways, whispering promises of delicious treats. As you step closer, two armored guards stand watch at the entrance gate, their presence a testament to the serenity and security that awaits within. This place, Isadora's Manor, radiates an undeniable sense of tranquility and whispers of ancient wisdom, a sanctuary where nature's secrets and healing energies reside. The guards that come forward to you they kind of wear this kind of polished armor of scale, over which lies a banner of House Silvermoon. Kind of a green background. No, not green. A dark blue background with a tree and a crescent moon that kind of forms a mostly circle around it. As the guards kind of approach you, there's like, halt.
Hello, I'm Izalzella. I'm with the Silver Knights of the Mythal, Gold Drink Adventurers. We're here to request a audience with Lady Isidora.
Is that right?
Yes.
So one of the figures kind of steps forward, elven in nature, graceful, though young looking. Of course, all elves do. She seems to kind of move side to side a little bit, kind of sizing up the individual members of your party. She appears eagle-eyed and discerning. Underneath some of the clothes, you can see remnants of long faded scars, testament to previous battles. She carries this kind of curve, this very lithe, thin, kind of curved scimitar-like sword on one side and a bow strapped across the back. She's kind of looking you through. Do you have an appointment?
I wasn't sure how to schedule one of those, given that the town is like over there and the manor is here.
Fair enough. I believe we've heard of you, at least.
Well, we were the adventuring guild the adventurers who agreed to the quest from the merchants Concordium to take care of the Green Dragon. I understand that wasn't posted by you all, but we'd like to ask some questions before rushing into a situation.
Well, that's some wisdom, at least. Very well. Graceland. As the figure kind of calls back over. A human woman kind of pops up over the fruiting hedge. Gloves, kind of a bit of a sun hat, and an apron on. Looks like she's got like some stains of color. Looks like she's actually in the process of harvesting some of the fruit. Goes, yes, Lady Windrider. Take these individuals to meet Lady Isidora. Yes, Windrider. Same last name as Darian Windrider, also. Who's half elf, perhaps related. So Graceland kind of takes off the gloves, kind of makes her way over to you, kind of bounding. Goes, well, please follow me.
All right. Follow.
Okay. Right-click portrait, follow.
Oh no, you cast a spell. Oh no.
So, Graceland kind of takes you through some of the cobblestone walkways through these verdant gardens. You see sections of like wall that come up that have like these terraced kind of flowing bushes and flowers. You see like raspberry bushes. There's large blueberry bushes. Just the whole place is kind of like garden and food forest, like an Eden type situation. And as you kind of come through a series of gardens, the area takes it takes a more kind of private sanctuary type vibe, as there's more general courtyard type areas and shade trees and places to sit for people to actually be outside and enjoy. the area. You come ascend up these kind of wide, solid stone staircase, and pass through the front door. As you step into Lady Isidore's manor, a hushed reverence fills the air. The atmosphere seems to shift as if nature itself recognizes her presence. Sunlight spills through the large windows, casting a warm glow that dances upon the polished marble floor. The room is adorned with tapestries depicting lush forests and tranquil waterfalls, each thread telling a tale of nature's harmony. The gentle scent of herbs and flowers wafts through the air, mingling with the faint fragrance of aged parchment. And there, in the heart of this tranquil haven, stands Lady Isidora in her drawing room, book in hand. She exudes an aura of serene wisdom, her regal form draped in flowing robes of earthly hues, adorned with intricate patterns inspired by the natural world. Her eyes, pools of ancient knowledge, meet yours with a warmth that speaks of compassion and understanding. In her presence, you get this feeling of deep connection with nature and life. Almost kind of like it's hard to say. It's like when you just kind of meet the person, and just being in their presence kind of warms you from the inside out, kind of vibe. And with her welcoming, gentle smile, kind of sits for that brief moment, closing the book and kind of setting it on a side stand. Welcome. As she kind of stands, kind of fidgeting with her robes a little bit, kind of getting everything to lay just so. She kind of pulls back her kind of chestnut brown hair over one side and just kind of looks at you. There's a degree of patient curiosity mixed with it's almost kind of like still not surprise. Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello. I'm Izal Zella. I'm with the Silver Knights of the Mythal. That's all of us here. I gesture to each one with a chance to introduce themselves if they'd like.
Hi, I'm Yandre.
My name is Kelmac River from Summerness.
Volred.
We're here to take care of this dragon issue, but we understand there's been a recent incident with some kobolds, so before we go rushing blindly into a situation, we'd like to gather as much information as possible, and we've heard that you might have recently had issues with the green dragon encroaching on some of your territory.
Yes. Talon came by this morning and told me the caravan. Quite unfortunate. But Matthias is a good trader, and, well, he will of course give them shelter until they can reassemble their caravan and continue on east. Of course, we are going to make a report of this to the local duchy, the Lord of Abaddon, though it's unclear as to whether or not we're going to make a specific request to have the kobolds dealt with.
Well, I personally believe that the kobolds are probably working directly with the green dragon, just based off of history might lead to that. So if we take care of the green dragon, we might be taking care of this kobold issue for you anyway. But to do so, we will have to traverse through the Silver Wood, which I understand is a sacred grove for you. So I am requesting permission, your blessing, to take care of this. We'll be as respectful as possible, but we're we'll have to travel through it.
And I can't say much to fighting dragons, but I'm sure there unfortunately will be some damages that may incur just from ousting a dragon.
Well,
Sorry, go ahead. I apologize.
such is the way with nature. Few things can be accomplished without violence. It's all part of the circle.
We were traveling with Elias yesterday. He was showing us around in parts of the woods. He did show us an area that was underground that looked like it had been worked stone, some type of underground temple or ruin. Are you familiar with something around the area? 'Cause
Just checking something right quick. Yandere, with your frankly insane passive perception skill and excellent insight, when Izal mentions the underground chamber, you see like a micro tell, just the absolute slightest of change in expression, like a micro, yeah, it's a micro expression. One of, it's like a mixture of fear and worry, mixed with, let's see, it's kind of hard to say. So it's fear and worry, but also there's a sort of reluctance. You get the sense, but there's just an ever so slight change in her demeanor, imperceptible to everyone else in the party. She breaks eye contact with you, Izal, and kind of glances down the floor a second. Well, I know the place to which you refer. And if I am quite frank, I would have preferred Elias not to show it to you. That is well, it's a complicated place with history with my family. It belonged to my grandfather, private study of his, when he served as the first Baron of Silverwood, before it belonged to a different family altogether. As I said, my grandfather used it as a study, a place by which he could deal and work with the powerful energies that suffuse the Silverwood. Ley lines of a sort, which give the wood part of its magical essence, and can also be used as conduits for more powerful magics. It was this that my grandfather studied, so to speak. But after his death, we closed his workshop and left his research there. My grandfather was not a nefarious man, but my family has always delved more into natural magics. So my grandfather, being an arcanist, was, well, I suppose you could say it caused a bit of friction with the rest of my family.
no stranger to friction here.
Same as could be said.
The reason I brought up this area, though, is if there is a green dragon around the area, it would look for a place to form some sort of lair. If there's already the pre-made structure that it comes across, it's going to take it there. And I mean, though they travel through the woods, they still need a place where they can stay and stay safe. And if you're saying there's a secret study for an arcanist, a green dragon that can cast magic would probably have a great time there.
Yandere, you see a little more evident this time that worry elevates a little bit. Not to panic, but there's just enough there letting you know that she deeply finds the thought of perhaps a green dragon using that lair is deeply unsettling.
Is something wrong?
My grandfather. Well, there are materials and research notes that lie within that study. That would be a great boon to any arcanist who retrieves them. So much so that we have taken great care to ensure that the Lyceum Arcana and the Athenium are not aware of their presence. I would shudder to think what power a green dragon might have if they were able to use that knowledge.
May we ask? Understandably, there may not have been much delving into what your what's it, grandfather was
That's like 1,000
researching.
years.
Yeah, that's a long time. What the subject may have been, because we did get info on on some strange markings on the kobolds, which seem to augment them.
And at this point, just shaking the head. Then it appears our fears are well founded. My grandfather studied advanced forms of arcane geometry, specifically ways of using runes to augment magic,
I
making
look over
them
at Calum.
far more powerful.
Caleb right now just has the biggest magic boner. It's like, oh my god, I'm so happy. Scariest day. We should have not brought him. It's like, he's asleep. That's what he is. He's asleep.
He's writing.
Notes. Don't invite the wizard.
But if indeed the dragon has started implementing his magics into, I would, I'm not sure what the forces are, but I would not shy away from calling them a vanguard of sorts of kobolds. Then this needs to be dealt with immediately. And Izal, I think we should, even though the kobold situation may calm itself down, take care of any kobold mages or any who may be seen as minor leaders amongst them, so that I do not carry the rituals of the runes.
Oh, the kobolds are probably going to die due to a byproduct of us going there, just because no stone unturned.
Agreed, but still, if they do get away,
So with that being said, from what you said of what the enchantments might be able to do, it does sound a lot like the dragon's lair is rooted in that chamber. So I feel like I should request again. I know I request a blessing to be able to travel through the Silverwood, but would, as I have no intention of divulging any information to the Arcanum Lyceum because I think they're a bunch of pricks. Calum, also not a fan of them.
They kind of suck.
Yeah, a bunch of bastards. So I would swear not to divulge any information that we come across because I don't like him.
I don't think anyone really.
I don't like that.
I don't think anyone with a good sense of, right and wrong likes them.
Well, that's not entirely fair. Many people speak of the Lyceum Arcana negatively for specific individuals they've met who are affiliated
Yeah,
with the institution.
that's mostly
By
it.
and large, they are, well, normal people, and many of them do go on to do great works.
That's kind of a personal grudge. They hired assassin bandits to kidnap and murder the parents of one of our charges that we are supposed to take care of. So it's kind of a F those guys kind of thing. But
Well,
again, I promise we're not going to go divulging this information to a college of wizards we don't trust. So
understood. And to be quite honest, I think it would be best that anything you do find within the laboratory is destroyed.
I look over at Calum and just stare at his face.
sweating meme on him. It's like, oh no.
Oh, Lordy.
I got a halfling friend who would really love to see some of this stuff.
Yeah, I can just imagine Dustin just be like, it's like, and trying to like fairy pact his way out of this, and he's like, you said I had to destroy it. You didn't say I couldn't make copies.
What if we bring what we find to you first, so we make sure we're not getting any end of the world kind of thing? Because destroying information is just that's as bad as hiding information, which is what the Lyceum does.
I suppose if you have issues or you are unsettled, the idea of destroying the information, you can bring it here. But that still poses a risk. But after all, it is my family's knowledge. I will take responsibility for it if you do not wish to.
I feel better about that. So we have your blessing to go into this study and through the Silverwood to take care of this issue, because it's kind of your guys' whole territory.
Well, the Silverwood is, of course, not my property. It is mine to govern. But they can be enjoyed by all, as long as you are consenting to keep the damage to the absolute minimum. Then, of course, you can handle. Then you may do what you must.
Andre.
Use your words, Yandre.
I just found that it was impolite for me to just interrupt her. But if it is my opportunity to speak, I know that Kelmac did mention that we are potentially going to be taking care of a dragon. And so when you say minimal damage, you are taking into consideration that there could be a possible fight with a dragon, and minimal damage may still be pretty detrimental to the area.
Yes, I understand. Dragons are terrifying creatures to begin with. I only mean probably not best to set off a lot of fire spells in the middle of a forest.
Looks back over it. That's it, Caleb.
He's more
like,
of an acid kind of guy.
He's like, I never get to use Fireball.
Understood. I just wanted to make sure that it was explicitly stated in our agreement.
Yes, of course.
And now about the library place? Not library. I don't know where the mages study. You said something with the art. What is it? Arcane geometry. I'm not really familiar with that term.
No.
Well,
I'll fill you in
neither
later.
am I, particularly. If that's a study of arcane magic, which is not really my speciality. But,
I think math is involved.
Ley lines and stuff.
perhaps.
I know a halfling you could talk to.
Well, does that mean that we also have your permission to go there as well?
Yes, of course. If that is indeed the lair of the dragon, one would have to go there in order to handle it.
Okay.
I
Just wanted.
with the knowledge that is down there, as I understand it, I don't much think the dragon is going to be all too willing to depart the lair unless absolutely necessary.
Understood. I just wanted to make sure that that was explicitly stated as well, because it seemed like you weren't really confident in giving that answer to my friend Mrs. All here.
It's not that I'm not confident in allowing you to enter, it's just dragons are dangerous creatures, and their access to my grandfather's work produces an unknown variable of risk to your adventure. And I simply worry for you.
Well, I appreciate that.
Thank you for your time. I don't know what else we could really do for you. But we'll take care of as much as we can.
I appreciate that. If there is anything I can do for you, please let me know.
If we take care of the kobolds, though, maybe have a celebration. I don't know. Just try to clear everything up for you.
Well, I should say that if you are successful in dealing with the kobolds and a dragon, it will be very difficult for your group to not be local legends, at least.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. This was fun. We'll let you back to your baronessing. Is that what it says? Governing?
Most
Relaxing?
people like to make much of the fact that I am the Baroness, but the truth is, I preside over a large territory with really only two settlements. Silverwood, and then obviously the base camp for the Moonstone mines. So there really isn't much for me. Yes, indeed. Not a lot going on, and to be quite frank, we don't have very many issues in Silverwood, at least none that generally requires my intervention. Between Talon and Darien, things tend to run fairly smooth.
All right. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
You leave.
Bye-bye.
So, you depart Lady Silvermoon's manor.
F to activate, leave room.
Yeah, after
The
interact.
instance.
I'm gonna
Kelmac
go
has
with the
disconnected.
GTA
The DM's
awkwardly
minions grow
getting-
stronger.
To grow stronger.
I'm going to GTA animation get stuck leaving a door, and I'm just kind of running into the side of the door and then awkwardly like shift out of it.
Fuck it. hit it
Yep.
with the.
Yep, and then it looks like you're working for a second, and then like you accidentally like go to step over a rock, and the next thing you know, you ragdoll and shoot off at 1,000 miles an hour.
Damn it, Bethesda.
Yep, and then you're in the middle of the air, and it's like, oh hey,
I mean, we love you, Bethesda. Sponsors.
I cycle through my
Hey,
weapons, and it's just my arms just like...
yeah, your arm just keeps going.
Don't worry, he's got this. He's fine.
Yes, but you know, like, no one makes an RPG like them, really.
Yep.
I am looking forward to the next Elder Scrolls game.
Anyway.
So, yes, you guys depart.
Anyways.
Yep, you depart Silvermoon Manor. Where are you going now?
All right. Wave bye to the guards. Walk away. So we can go to the secret entrance to the arcane study.
Well, that would be the closest thing to finding the dragon, correct?
Yeah. Got everything we need?
And just hopefully we don't run into the dragon.
That's
Aren't
the
we
point.
supposed to take care of it?
We want to
Well, I would
finish.
like.
You process
Not-
it.
Unexpectedly run into it. Like if we turn a corner and there it is. I would not enjoy that. And I don't think any of us would.
I
But
expect
finding it,
Part of me says that part of me would enjoy that.
I have like a danger sense. I can always kind of feel when there's stuff going on.
Sal in the background in the ethereal plane is just like,
Why isn't it me? Ah! All right, we can head right on there then.
yeah.
Any last minute preparation or supplies you guys wanted to grab before heading out there?
Got left-handed weapon and right-handed weapon. That's all I need.
Got all my spell slots and a potion of poison resistance, so I think I'm at least at a good starting point.
You're
Your
oh, Kelmac, you got
Yarp.
anything you gotta prepare? Nah, he's fine.
No, I'm good.
All right.
I have to prepare D's.
What are these?
D's nuts. Got him.
Sweet Nut Manor. Okay. So, you guys depart and then head towards the Moonlit Grove. Then up the waterfalls and down the little chasm.
Assuming that it's all the same, and we don't see any type of obscure tracks that aren't normally there.
Nope. You guys do spot some animal tracks. But you guys have been around long enough to recognize them as like ADAC. Because they're deer-like but larger.
Gotta calm Volred down so he doesn't go murdering things.
Hey, you
Nature
know.
seems different walking through it today.
Not as colorful.
It is a bit dull. Still pretty, but nothing will ever look as pretty as that, I guess.
Just chasing the high. All right. Who's going spelunking first?
I mean, I can go.
I'll go second then.
Third.
Caleb.
Okay.
I'm assuming are we leaving Caleb behind, or is somebody going to be
Absolutely
coming?
not. We need him.
Just saying. All right.
We will definitely need him.
Caleb go. I would prefer Caleb go before Kelmac.
Yeah, I was saying Caleb then Kelmac.
I'll just make sure.
Yeah, so, I guess we're going that way. What is your marching order?
Yandere.
He's all.
Mm.
Is that a... okay.
That was a dare love.
Yeah, okay.
Then
It's
Caleb
funny because
comes.
that almost sounded like a Caleb, or specifically a Kelmo. Yeah. Like,
I don't know what you're talking about. I said Volred.
Caleb
but
will
yes,
for it.
And then me.
and then a Caleb
Caleb in
at
the
the end.
middle.
No, Caleb. So
Caleb number 4. Caleb number 4.
So Yandre, Izal, Volred, Caleb,
yes.
Kelman.
then Kelman. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Woot. And let's see here. You guys have been there before. Plus, we already know Yandra is going to roll the survival check, and the DC is low enough that it doesn't really matter what he rolls. He's going to pass anyway. So we're just going to say you get there. Simple enough. You run up along the river. You pass Elias's place, and then head into the fork. The was more a bit of a small lake with 2 rivers flowing in, one flowing out. You head over in the northwest corner, climb your way up the stepped waterfalls, and make your way towards the entrance that you guys to the underground area you had found earlier. So.
And I'll be lighting up my bullseye lantern.
Okay. Lighting up your bullseye lantern.
All I got was under the
Yeah.
like for saying that. Outside lantern.
So they can see where they will go.
They need to see.
Inside the cave.
Oh no. You guys suck.
No, we don't.
Actually,
said
given the time, let's go ahead and go on our break now, and then we can go through all of the exposition stuff when we get back.
Yay, exposition.
Because it's about that time anyway.
Break time.
See you guys in 15, and let's see if you guys get killed.
It's exciting. Oh, that's the combat
Ask
button.
about
That's the combat
I
screen.
was getting ready. Oh, look at my stats. Just fix that for you.
I mean, we can. Yeah, guys, Izal's the dragon. What?
What? That's where she's been scamping every night.
Shrimp scam.
Flies
Yeah.
all
Been
scampeding.
It's when she's gone
Flies
for multiple.
all the way to Abaddon.
It's when we have like a week
to
of
people.
downtime and you never see me. I've been scampeding the entire time.
Okay. All right, guys. So, as you carefully descend into the entry chamber through the narrow fissure in the forest floor, a world shrouded in mystery unfolds before you. As you touch down, the sounds of your footsteps echo softly in the dimly lit space, broken only by the rhythmic plop, plop, plop of trickling water. Surrounding you here in the southern part of the room is a collection of crumbling walls and scattered chambers. Weathered stones and fragments of ancient architecture form a rough semicircle, pressing in on you. A faint breeze whispers through the cracks, carrying the smells of rich earth, minerals, and the essence of an age past. Ahead of you, a large chamber awaits. The chamber's floor beneath you is a mosaic of worn stones that bear the weight of countless footsteps, though none recent, and gives you 2 more elevations. The gallery walkway, that is the second tier, leads to the third, with stairs ascending to a grand dais. Fractured columns rise like ancient sentinels, casting long shadows upon the chamber floor where you now stand. In the center of the columns, a tranquil pool of water shimmers, its surface reflecting the ethereal glow of the chamber. Your gaze is drawn to a series of enigmatic murals that adorn the east and western walls. 6 captivating paintings stretch across their surfaces, their depictions capturing the essence of powerful spells. Arcane scribblings accompany each mural, once meticulously outlining the intricate process of the spell's creation, sadly faded in long centuries. Elvish runes, glowing faintly with hidden magic, provide clues to the combination of forces needed to manifest these mystical wonders, if only you could read them. Yet, it is the northern wall that commands your attention. Towering before you, a door sealed with powerful enchantments radiates an aura of ancient secrets. Glowing runes, not unsimilar to those found amongst the murals, adorn its surface, pulsating with arcane energy. Meticulously etched magic circle lies in the threshold, bridging the space between the door and the sacred pool, hinting at the ritualistic nature of the chamber. In this hollowed chamber, the air crackles with anticipation and power. Your party seems to have arrived at the threshold of knowledge and danger. Each step of your journey delving deeper into the heart of the mysteries that await you in this long-forgotten magical sanctuary. So,
Nerd.
nerd.
So I feel like
Is this arcane
Oh, go
geometry? Is this arcane geometry?
ahead. I wouldn't know it if I saw it.
Caleb, what do you think?
Yep.
It's definitely what this is.
I don't know. I want those spells, though. Arthur, can I borrow 1,000 more gold? Oh, not yeah, I called you Arthur.
Arthur ain't got 1,000 gold to save his
Arthur
life.
had barely anything.
You don't know. For all you know, Silverleaf just direct deposited it into a bank somewhere. Arthur could be rich and not even know it.
Yeah, he set up an investment for Arthur.
He would never know it.
Problem, he got to access his bank account with no information. So either the dragon's in this room, or we gotta find a way past the giant freaking magic door.
Those paintings on the wall, what significance do they have?
You're gonna take a look at him?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Indubitably.
Okay. You want to take a look at the western or eastern wall first?
West.
West. Okay.
East? I thought
So
you meant west.
so you have three murals lined up on the western wall, from left to right. The one on the left is that mural depicts a mesmerizing melody emanating from a musical instrument. The three depicted runes. There are three runes depicted underneath, um, and yeah, that's basically it. It basically just refers to sound waves that look to be amplified. The one in the middle is a mural that showcase a protective shield radiating this sort of radiant energy field around it, with three other runes, though they are different from the runes in the first mural. And the one on the right is a mural that portrays a wave of magical energy that seems to disperse in ripples. Uh, there are three runes that accompany that one, um, and those again don't seem to repeat from any of the previous two murals. Looking over to the east wall, the one on the left displays a blazing fire with intense heat. There are three runes. The first of the runes seems to match the first rune that lies in that first mural that you saw on the previous wall. Um, and the mural on the east wall, um, that one showcases a pair of eyes that seem to have a focused and intense gaze. That has three runes. It has one in common with the middle mural on the opposite side of the chamber. And then the last mural depicts the sort of ethereal aura that seems to be, um, I guess you'd say, slowly fizzling out and dissipating. Um, and that has three runes, one of which matches the A rune on the far right of the previous mural.
What is the quality of the art? Does Volred appreciate it?
Um, you can't say it's more like an illustration than actual artwork. So it's kind of meant to be more symbolic and represent something than be appreciated for its beauty.
Aaron, were you going to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this door? How big is the door? Is it like a giant door?
The door in the north section of the chamber.
Yep.
Yes, the posts of the door are about 20 feet apart.
Okay.
With the height of the door standing about 30 feet. So big damn door.
Stop making big doors. Just make normal sized
Yep.
doors.
2-story wide door, 3 stories tall.
Don't worry.
Big
Are the
damn
hinges?
door.
Are the hinges on our side?
You can't tell. It's got this weird magical aura that coats it.
Would Volred's appreciation of dissecting art give him any sort of advantage in trying to find common themalities through the 6 murals?
Maybe you can roll me an intelligence check.
Right.
Or investigation. Just roll investigation.
$17.
17. It's kind of hard to say because this would be more abstract type art, which you really haven't done too much appreciating of. Uh, but it is somewhat interesting in the sense that on both sides of the wall, the leftmost mural seems to share a rune in common. The middle murals seem to share a rune in common, and the far right murals share a rune in common. Again, just in case this helps you out, so the two, so the pairs. The first one is a melody that emanates from a musical instrument, and its pair is the mural that displays a blazing fire with amplified intensity. The second pair would be the shield that radiates like a field around it. Its pair would be a pair of eyes that are focused and intense. The third and final pair would portray a wave of magical energy that seems to be like dispersing, and an aura that seems to be dispersing into wisps.
Could this be an interpretation? Well, this might be far-fetched, but in analyzing these paintings, comparing each of the sides, it would seem like the two piercing eyes could represent a magical foe, hence we are trying to go after a dragon, and the mural on the other wall with the matching ruin seems to indicate some sort of melody. Could this be some sort of pairing to suggest that some sort of music or auditory situation would unlock a beast or be used to try to slay a beast?
Well, I wouldn't think they planned so far ahead that they know Dragon was going to be here, but it's good to try to surmise. I understand maybe it's a casting of spells to unlock the door.
Possibly. I mean, sure, it would be far-fetched to suggest that such planning in advance from a grandfather would mark some sort of fate, but being that this is advanced magic, and I mean, let's not kid ourselves, we've seen some incredibly interesting things along the way. It could be something. Or
With an Arcana check of 19, Calum pops in to
Thank God the wizard did something. Jesus.
chimes in to note that each of these things, as far as he can tell, appear to be physical representations of what each of these spells is meant to do. Even if the specific methods for how to do those spells have kind of worn down. But the runes themselves are, I guess, another way of explaining that. Though in more generic terms. So the runes correlations might have to do with things that those spells might have in common.
So each picture has 3 runes.
Yes.
So what if we just take the pairs and just 1, 2, 3. And it makes a spell.
What do you mean by 1, 2, 3? Just look at them and count?
Well, no, I mean, like, on the west wall, picture one, have the same rune. That would be rune 1. The middle one is rune 2. The last one is rune 3.
Yes, I get the like logic, but like, what is the action?
But if the runes are a rudimentary way of casting the spell without following all the proper techniques and whatever that mages do, Caleb, then maybe it's alluding to this is the spell to use to activate some system to unlock the door, to dispel the barrier on the door.
Okay, OOC question, and this is because I do not understand magic like at all. Is it assumed that those runes would be like recognized as, oh yeah, this is a like rune that I know exactly what this one spell is, and we can combine these spells?
And Caleb would probably also answer this to you. There is a sort of symbolic lexicon that exists in magic. So yes, technically speaking, that is something that happens. But Caleb would tell you that he doesn't recognize any of these symbols.
Because
and from what you can tell, these are old. But I will say Volred, and really the rest of the party, and Caleb as well, is smart enough to recognize that these symbols look more like arcane geometry symbols than contemporary magical runes. So this is like representative of a very old kind of magic. One that the Athenium is trying to study very specifically.
So what did you say? There's the raised dais, right, in the center?
It's technically in the center of the northern part of the room. I know that's kind of a lot of exposition, but like in the northern part of the room, it essentially, there's like 3 tiers, and at the top of the 3rd tier, there is kind of a borderline of columns, in the center of which is this pool that seems to have some kind of shimmering water in it. And then there is a door, and then in the middle of that door is a magical circle that's been etched into the floor. Is my video doing weird crap to you, or is that just me looking at Izal?
Oh, you were doing weird stuff with your hands for a second.
Oh, I know that, but my video seems to skip whenever I look on Izal's Discord thing.
It's because it does that from my perspective, so I don't know if it does it for everyone else's. That just might be my computer.
The circle is in the ground?
The magic circle, yes.
Is the magic circle glowing?
Yes, and it lies literally at the foot of the door. For more description, it's like a 6-sided hexagon with a triangle in the middle, and then where the 2 shapes meet, there are circles.
All right,
hexagon, triangle, 3 circles.
All right, I want to go over. Can the dang runes, are the runes on like stone circles embedded in the wall?
No, they are just etched into the wall.
Okay. How etchable is the floor?
I mean, pretty etchable. I mean, it's pretty old.
Okay.
With a little bit of effort, you could do
it. The circle has circles. The symbols are symbols. I think just put the symbols in the circles, and I mean, unless someone has anything else.
Can I take a look around to see if there's anything else that might stick out in this moment? Because I know that we've kind of just discern the portraits and then the arcane circle in the bottom, but like anything else that might stick out.
Yeah, didn't you say there's a pool?
Yes, I would say like the four main features of this room are the murals that line the east and west walls in the center belly area of the room. And then in the northern side, you have a pool of weird shimmery water, a magic circle, and a door that's got some kind of arcane barrier on it.
I'm gonna go look at the pool of water.
Okay.
While y'all figure out this mural thing.
Yeah.
Sure.
The pool of water appears to be a shallow pool of this clear water that's got this kind of ethereal glow coming off of it. It looks like every once in a while, like little streams or wisps of something like steam or water droplets. It's hard to know for certain. It kind of shimmer and come off in strands and then just kind of evaporate. But actually, that's a really good point. Let me check something right quick. Yeah, you can tell it's somewhat odd as you approach the pool. The hair, like on your arms and the back of your neck. I mean, thin though they may be, being an elf, you can feel them kind of stand on end a little bit. And it's odd. There's almost like this weird energy or vibration that starts to kind of trickle through your body. It seems it's kind of like a similar feeling like when you guys went and spent time in that sacred pool
I was gonna ask.
in the Valley of the Fates, in the sense that like this water is charged with magic and seems to be a lot of it.
Is there anything next to this pool of water? Namely, like just little trinkets or something that looks like a quill or something?
Nope. This place looks like no one has been here in a very long time. Even like most of the chamber all around, you can start seeing like trees and ferns and grass and stuff start growing in some of the fallen brick. So yeah, like nature has begun to reclaim this area.
I'm gonna grab a match from my tinder box. Not a match or whatever, kind of like a flint or a string or whatever it may be present in that. And I'm gonna place like just a piece of it on the surface of the water. I'm not gonna put it or completely douse it. I just want to see if the water reacts to it at all.
Yeah, you go and kind of drop it on the water. You watch as basically the stick kind of deatomizes. Kind of pulls a Mr. Manhattan, where it just goes, and basically just kind of blows into particles and is vaporized. Yep.
Don't dive in the pool.
Yep, it's almost as if like that twig could not contain whatever power was being put into it, like a rush of magical current that it could not sustain, and it burned completely.
Well, no one should touch the pool.
Oh man.
Why not?
Well, I figured you weren't going to touch the pool because you don't like water very much, Kamek. You've mentioned this a couple of times.
I know.
Okay. Caleb, with a 33 for his Arcana check,
What? Liar.
he rolled a natural 20. Or I guess I rolled a natural 20 using his character. Caleb would tell you that he suspects, based on seeing Yandre's little experiment, that this is actually a pool of mana, raw magic. Which means he assumes that this place is built maybe not on a ley line nexus, but it is built atop a river of mana, and this pool is here to distill that raw magical essence for use in something.
Do you think that these two things have a connection to each other?
He would tell you that arcane geometry exists for the purpose of harnessing wild magic to power spells, such that spells, when properly, or spells and magical effects in general, when created using them, can essentially last forever, so long as magic exists in that area. Kind of like a perpetual magic machine.
I would ask Caleb, well, if we were to cut off this supply of liquid, if possible, would that unpower what is holding this door closed?
Continuing off his 33, he'd tell you probably not. If the barrier spell was created by someone who actually knew what they were doing, it would be able to pull magic right out of the air and use it to keep the spell going. But he did say that this much power is dangerous, and that there are stories of people who were able to channel wells of magic like this, but that he would certainly die if he attempted. And probably kill all of you in the process.
Ah.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, Volred, I
really don't touch the water.
Volred, I'd wager to guess that Gorbek would have jumped in this pool the second he saw it.
Oh my god.
Absolutely.
You're so right. And then I'd have to be like, oh, I'm
See,
sorry.
you retconned that
Devo,
one.
your character is dead.
You've been
It's like,
atomized.
I don't get a save. I mean, even if you saved for half, we're like talking 1 million damage.
I can tank it.
Yeah, the save DC is 75. And that saves you half from 1 million damage.
Putting you at negative 1 million damage. Caleb, are you not
Utterly
able?
destroyed.
Are you able to follow the instructions that are on like that dispelling aura looking mural to try to temporarily shut it down?
Again, he would tell you that the specific notes on the spells have all faded, and he does not know the arcane geometry runes.
Just wing it.
But I don't know. You know, not to say Kelmax the smart one, but 3 runes, 3 spots.
I mean, I don't disagree with that, but we don't know. Well,
Yeah, he'd say maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll kill us all. Who knows?
wait, so are you saying that these runes on the wall are detachable and you can pick up the little symbol? And
No.
Okay,
But there are open spots on the sigil in the floor where they could be scribed in there if you chose to do that.
And the floor is carvable. Because it's
Oh,
old.
okay.
With some effort. Yes,
Yeah.
you're still etching stone, but I mean, not very heavily weathered stone.
Okay, that's what I was trying to get earlier when I asked like the actionable side. I wasn't picking up like. Okay.
You weren't. I get it. This is a big room with a lot of details.
Oh,
So-
see.
It's gonna
I
be a
am
lot of
trying to
questions.
explain that we just carve the symbols into the circles on the ground
Yeah. That's a good idea. I got you now. It just did not click earlier.
Okay. So is that what your group is going to do?
If we're worried about us dying, then I can do it.
Okay.
You need someone who can carve into it, so...
While Izal gets to that, I am going to examine the raised area.
Well,
like-
it's over on the raised dais.
Oh, it's on it?
Mhm.
Okay.
The raised dais exists for the sole purpose of housing the pool, the magic
And the
circle, and the
circle.
door.
Okay. I got you now. It's all coming together.
Alright,
all
stay
coming
back.
together.
Stand back. If it explodes, stay near Kelmac. Keep Yandere alive at all costs.
Just kind of like interpose myself between Yandere and the circle. Just
Alright.
all right,
I'm gonna start.
and just like let's back up maybe 30 feet.
All right, so you're going to start carving these all?
Yeah, I've got some adamantine items on me. That should help.
Well, you got an adamantine weapon, so,
and adamantine coins, which are technically made out of adamantine.
That's true, yeah.
Hands-
So,
For the small
watch.
details.
Watch
Which-
someone try to steal the coin purse and just
which runes are you carving, and in what order?
Any suggestions, anyone?
Well, seeing as how the voice of God has not deigned us with any sort of description of said matching runes, other than
I
that,
can give them to you if you want. But you already mentioned an order earlier, so I didn't know if you guys were changing that or what.
we will. Do y'all just want to reference rune 1, 2, and 3?
The matching runes between the two
Yeah.
of 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially since the
Yeah.
last one ends in a dispelling, so I would probably put that one last no matter what.
Yeah. So let's just do 1, 2, 3.
Hey.
Didn't you say there were 6 spots on the floor though?
3 spots.
3 spots. So it's a 6-sided that
Got it.
contains a triangle, and where those two pieces meet, there are 3 total
Got it.
circles. Okay.
The person decided to add more lines so it could look fancy.
So,
Fancy.
you're basically gonna carve it 1, 2, 3, left, middle, right.
Yeah, ending left, middle, right, ending in the one that looks like it would dispel.
Has the
by
weird dispersion
artistic-
radiation stuff.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
You
So,
activate the spell nuclear radiation.
Well, some of us
you
can
activate
survive
the
things.
spell end of existence.
Wouldn't it be a Zella's first time?
So, you try and carve the runes as best as you are capable. But, dwarf, you got some stone cutting skills. You finish that first rune, and then you kind of watch as you're kind of making... As you start, finishing the last stroke, you see the runes kind of vibrate a little bit and start to fill with light. At least letting you know you seem to have carved that one well enough.
Good
The same
dose.
thing occurs on
Either it's
the second
horrible or
rune.
good.
As you kind of go in, and you're kind of starting that third rune, you kind of watch as the magic circle starts getting brighter and brighter, and you guys watch as the pool of water seems to froth a little bit more and is putting off just a little bit more of that steam dewdrop stuff. It from what was once just like steam rolling off the top is now like this narrow kind of halo funnel that just is continuing up like a reverse beam of light upwards. Izal, as you kind of finish etching that last rune, you see the energy in the rune circle suddenly go bright, blinding white. In the area around you starts to get a little warm. You kind of move over to the side as you see those runes start going. And as the energy from that sacred pool starts to pull up and coalesce, you see it morph as if to borrow a reference like from Naruto, it's like a chakra change in form and nature happening all at the same time. Until a large just overflowing of arcane energy just barrels towards the door, and you watch as the arcane shielding slowly starts to evaporate, as if being eroded by some kind of magical acid. As the last of the energy begins to fade, the runes along the post frame of the door dim just a little bit, but stay partially lit. The pool behind you is now empty, and the magic circle is still etched and present, but it is no longer glowing. Instead, the area is just kind of filled with char and scorch marks.
I don't know if it worked.
I will go push on the door.
It's a pull door.
Swear. Are there handles on it, Eric?
You jiggle the handle.
A minor illusion of handle so we can jiggle it.
So you go and grab the handle. You go to pull on the door, and it seems to give slightly, but doesn't completely open. Really more so just as if it's locked. A moment later, however, you feel a rumbling in the ground around you. You can start to hear like bits of rock and dirt and debris from the ceiling above you kind of dislodge and kind of fall down to the ground. Let's see here. Your party is immediately brought to attention to the left and right of you, like on the east and west area of like of these dioceses. Sections of earth and like overgrown vines suddenly kind of break out as flanking this dais, stepping out are these two massive statue-like figures, carved in sort of vaguely elven forms, eyes glowing with arcane energy. You also note that the one that kind of pops out of the wall on the western side has a rune on him, matching actually the rune, that first rune you carved, Izal. The one that comes out of the eastern wall has a rune on his chest as well. Only this one is a rune you do not recognize. A different rune. As your group is now flanked by these stone golem creatures. Or I guess they're mostly made of crystal, but...
Shatter!
Okay.
I'm guessing, Eric, they're just standing there, right? They're not doing anything. You know, they're just kind of standing there
well,
and being like, hey guys,
you know,
did you get the invitation?
What had happened was...
Good fellas they turned out to be, right?
We went, had drinks. We told them what happened. It's been 1,000 years, and they're just like, whoa.
let me check here right quick. So, Kalmak, you said you put yourself between Yandere and the circle?
Yes.
Okay. Cannon probably just kind of chilling off the side. Roll red. Okay. Let's go ahead and move that over to the battle grid so that way you guys
Oh
can see that.
no, do I not have any
Have any sense?
bludgeoning? I do not have the bludgeoning.
We're gonna swap over to battle grid because I need an initiative for you guys.
We can.
I guess.
Me.
All right, before we
Oh,
do this,
sweet.
BRB real quick.
Okay.
Sweet biscuits.
I'll roll
Oh,
my-
that's a lot better.
Alex is the Izal is the evil person.
I unleashed it.
He's
Me.
oh okay.
No, I have to click the proper thing.
Oh no, I mean Bull Red rolled this initiative, but I guess that's okay.
Loading.
Cool beans. Yandra gets 2 initiatives. Jealous.
Sentinel.
Sentinel.
Sentinel shield.
That's a good one.
Capturing it. Yeah, I'll do it the hard way. I know how to fix my thing.
No.
Hey Bull Red, you got an at 20 on your initiative.
I saw. I had to grab a additional support type thing.
Those look good. Are those from the DM?
Yes.
Well,
Are they good?
No, because I was a player in that game.
See, we're
But your
technically
current
from the
DM, yes.
Yeah.
Bribery.
That's perfectly legal. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes. And don't worry, Full Red. I still remember your bribe. The ginger ale you gave me promptly after I told you how I could be bribed.
Yeah, no, I was thinking you were going to say, like, you remember how to bribe me, and I'm like, I don't even know how to bribe me.
A man who cannot be bribed, cannot be trusted.
But yes, I'm still waiting for Izal's initiative.
I had to exit out of my D&D Beyond, that way it would properly allocate to the proper map. So
Looks like Palem got an 18.
Dang.
I know. I just need to roll for Caleb more often. Which is so weird, because, like,
Caleb needs to roll for Caleb.
Hilmo is, like, usually the shit when it comes to rolling.
I got a 19.
19! Ooh, ooh. Okay.
So I guess Yandere and Caleb go at the same time. They'll just choose.
Potentially. Volred, you are first. And Izal, you're on deck. You guys are not currently surprised because their awakening is somewhat a lumbering process. So before they're like really combat mode, you know, beep, 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 enemy lock on, you have a chance to kind of get your battle footing. But yeah, so go ahead and go Volred. Izal, you're on deck.
Is this a clear shot from here, or is this column the way it looks like it is?
For
I'll
your,
shoot over it.
you can always check if you tap your thing and then just Control L, and you'll be able to see. Yep, that's a clear shot. You can't see one of the corners, but that's not enough to trigger cover.
Well, are they surprised by us since they're warming up?
I'm surprised by
Nope.
this.
But they haven't taken their action yet.
That is also true. Technically, that's true. They have not acted in combat. So Assassinate is up for this round only.
You have triple already.
Well, I have advantage right now, and I can do a reroll.
Hmm?
Anyways, I'm going to fire.
Bar. Natural 20.
Well,
Not that it matters. You assassinate automatically makes it a crit. So all you have to do is hit the thing. But okay, so that's 27 on top of the base damage, whatever.
So the base was 12, so 39.
No, remember, because like your first section, the dice are maximized, and then you roll and add to that. So you got to figure out whatever your maximum weapon and sneak attack damage is together, and add 27 to that.
No +2 modifiers, just the dice values.
So 7 for the... And then...
Hold on. So your roll for the damage is 27, and so we'll just add.
Yeah,
8
your
for the
longbow
D8,
+1. That's 8 for the D8,
and then
your sneak
30
attack
for
is
the
5d6. Yeah, so 38 plus 27.
Nice.
65.
65.
You need to find 4 damage somewhere.
Let's see.
I'll
69.
take the 65.
Nice. Oh, your bow is +1?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Cool beans.
Okay. The arrow sails off. You see it strike the construct. The arrow seems to shatter in a brilliant array of magical sparks. It definitely took some damage, but not as much as you'd think. Well, too bad.
Unlike all the videos.
Anything else?
No.
Okay. Izal, you are up.
all right. So, did I only mark 2 runes on the floor?
You marked 3. These guys are waking up. Yeah, so chronologically, you marked 3 runes. Weird magic shit. Barrier on the door is gone. Kelmac, touch door. Golem's awake.
All right. Either this person's grandpa was the worst fucking wizard ever and made something, then sealed it away, or we just
Question.
did this on purpose.
I forgot I have the critical hit the piercer. I'm not sure how much this matters, but when I score a critical hit that deals piercing damage, I can roll 1 additional damage die.
Yes, roll a d8.
That could have-
4 damage. 4 damage.
Yeah, this is mainly to get the 60.
Big money no whammies.
Big
4.
money, no whammy.
60
Yeah!
Woo! There was much
It's gotta die,
rejoicing.
Eric. Eric, it's gotta die. You can't.
Yeah,
I
it
understand.
has to die.
I understand it has a large health pool, but it must die to 60 damage.
Unfortunately.
Eric's like, anyways.
Did he attack this one that's over on the right side? or the
I
left?
saw him measure off to this guy on the western end.
All right.
So that's who I applied the damage to.
But I see Doohickey over here doing stuff also coming out. Which one has the rune that matches?
The guy here on the left-hand side.
Well, I'm gonna go
Wait,
into...
no, sorry, the guy on the right.
Look at that, it's got the matching.
No, let me check. Nope.
What
yes, I
mural
was
did
right
it,
the first
did it
time.
match?
The guy on the left.
Okay, so the farther away one.
Dear Lord. I even made a note here in roll 20.
Don't worry, we're
Like,
believing you.
it's- can't bother to read my own notes.
What is that? That's the music notes and the fire.
So I.
Yep. That was part of the mural of harmonic melody and the mural of amplified flame.
So I'm going to go into a divine rage, and with that, lurch forward for half of my movement, which is 15 feet. 5, 10, 15. How far is this? Like a 5-foot drop?
More like 3 or 4.
I'll go movement to 5, 10, 15. Get right up on him with the adamantine Zella axe out. I'm going to swing at this golem before it has a chance to do anything. Recklessly. That's what I do.
Okay.
Uh, 24 to hit.
24 is a hit.
All right. Now I have a question.
Mhm.
Because an adamantine weapon striking an object counts as a critical hit. As a construct, an object. It wouldn't be. Never mind.
It's a creature.
A corpse is an object, but.
But you also would know that adamantine weapons bypass damage reduction for constructs.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna hit it and use my divine energy in that as well for this amount of damage. There we go. All the way down here. Alright, I did 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 points of magical slashing damage and 6 points of radiant damage for 17 points of damage. The first hit.
17.
And a second attack with the same cool axe I carry on.
Right quick, Izal,
Oof.
you strike the golem. As you do, you can feel it. It almost kind of looks like when you strike with that force gets converted into this weird kind of energy. You see the rune on its chest pulse, and then a wave of that energy shoots back out at you, and you take 8 points of force damage.
Ow. Well, I'm stubborn and stupid, so I'm attacking again. And I swing.
Who's
again.
gonna die first, Mountain Man?
Swinging again for 27. And that's
27 hits.
13 points of damage to that one.
Okay, and so you will take 6.
Yeah. And that's it for me. I've used all my movement, all my actions, and everything.
Okay. Let's see here. Calum / Yandre.
Caleb can go first.
What is Calum going to do?
I'm playing Caleb.
I guess that would drop it into my basket. 1 second. I gotta take 15 points of damage real quick. Oh no, I still have 3 digits of damage.
Oh no! What a travesty!
I paid for these things. One moment. So, Caleb,
Yeah, no, I did a battle calculator earlier today, and I did put in characters just base thing. So it was just oh, we're just gonna put in a standard 9th level barbarian. So then I went into customize, and it was oh, this barbarian has 84 hit points. I was
not me.
Nope.
Sucker.
Let me change these.
Nerd.
Welcome to Zella's. Okay, looking at I will yell out. Izal will yell out. This thing kind of hurt when you hit it. Just letting you know. Volra, did you feel anything?
I'm fine.
This is some bullshit. We're gonna go with. Probably with Caleb. He's not a damaging kind of dude.
Nope.
6.
And magic is not typically something that's really well used against a construct.
Just kind of meh. Why does he have this spell? This is a weird spell.
You do like heat metal.
We don't know what type of constructs these are yet.
Seems to be a mixture of
Zealots
It's-
are proficient
it's
in
like
iron golems.
some kind of mineral.
I'm not gonna put metal on a metal golem. Heat metal on metal? Not great. And he doesn't have that, so. Man, shit.
Got my knife.
Mind sliver.
Mine sliver.
Because I need more time to think about what we're doing, he's going to bless. He'll cast bless.
Okay.
On. I might need to move him first. 30 feet.
Yeah.
If I put him here, that should put him within range of everybody he needs. So. Cool. Bless on Kelmek, Yandre, and Izal, since Volred should be staying away from
Was that's the 1d4?
1d4 to saves and attack rolls.
Okay.
And I don't know what else he can do, so that's it for him. And he will move farther away. 'Cause that
Stand directly on the knife.
And then just be sure you said Volred was the last one to get blessed.
Volred is
Or
not blessed.
you.
Caleb and Volred are not blessed, so he's all
Okay.
Kelmek.
Okay. Yandre?
So, no. He's actually going to crossbow.
And congratulations, you have plus 10 move speed for this turn.
Awesome. I'm gonna just take a pop shot at this golem that's closest to Kelmek. I will use steady. I have it. Trash. Okay, I rolled a 14.
14. Sorry, you missed.
Alright, I use steady aim, so I can't move. But yeah, that's it.
Alright. Let's see here. Izal.
Yep.
You kind of sit there as the elven-visaged golem that you struck takes a look around you, and he's got like this really weird, like, angry elven face. And just kind of turns around and then goes to just give you a straight-up punch in the face.
I know you're doing the snap, but I also forgot that I was blessed. Just a second. And I rolled that d4 just to make sure that it hit.
Sure.
Well, I forgot to remind you that you're blessed. My bad.
Okay, so that 17 would be the total.
17 just hits.
Woo!
So the arrow strikes the crystal golem, shatters across its hard body, and does no damage.
Alright.
They are very resilient.
So you're like, maybe this isn't going to work.
Alright, cool. I'm good.
Of course, I wouldn't have noticed any resistance because of my axe, so I wouldn't be able to tell you anything.
Yeah, wouldn't have. Volred?
Volred has a magical bow,
Yes.
and it's from a
Although,
distance.
yeah, Volred did also note that on the one he attacked, his arrow didn't seem to do as much damage as he figured. So it looks like somehow or another he's got some level of resistance. Izal did not notice any resistance on
Hit me
the one
back,
she's
you
attacking.
asshole.
Yeah, but she got pummeled with arcane force energy. But anyways,
She's about to get. I was gonna say a word. What am I
I've
gonna
been
say?
to Pound Town before. Let's go, big boy.
A right mistake, you could say.
I went through all this effort and realized I left my dice in my bag.
Heresy.
You just make it up numbers
yeah,
as
I
he
know.
goes. Like, yeah, 3 sounds good.
Let's give Caleb a nat 20. Why not?
Why would I ever do that? Give Caleb a nat 20.
Because he gets
Were you
them all the
reckless?
time.
Yeah, I'm reckless. Of course I'm reckless.
Okay. Just checking. Maybe you decide not to chance it on a giant fucking golem.
Nah, I only don't reckless if I already have advantage.
Well, I got a natural 20, so that makes me 8.
Oh.
That's gonna feel good.
Yeah. Well, this is what Izal lives for, though, you know?
That's
So,
only.
go ahead.
How far am I away from Yandre?
I don't know.
50 feet. If he starts his turn next to me, he could, like, almost make it.
That is 38 points of bludgeoning damage.
Halved.
Yeah, because it's not magical. So you kind of rock just a little bit, and then it goes back for the other fist. Ooh, 13.
13 is a miss. I took 19 points.
Yeah, I
from that
figured.
38. Oh, this
Yep.
will be fun. I'm excited now.
Okay, it's not going to move. It's, kind of pissed at you. Kelmac, you're up.
Okay. I was about to say, I really hope I don't get out initiative by 2 giant stone people.
Yeah, that actually have a penalty to initiative. That would have been bad.
You know what? I don't get anything, okay? So it's just on the rolls.
Embarrassing.
I do have a question.
You're embarrassing.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry, what's your question?
Go ahead. I'll take care of it during my turn.
Okay. I'm just gonna cast Guiding Bolt on Beefcake on the left.
Okay.
Come on, guys.
I believe
Hot dog.
You're blessed too.
Does it go away if I use it, or is it only available for 1 round?
Forever.
Yeah, until loses concentration.
But it can't make me crit, right?
No. That's a
Okay.
die, that's a number on the die, not
Okay. Level 46.
oh man.
16 points. What's up?
Nothing. I was looking at the amount
16 points of radiant damage.
Okay. Alright. Takes that. Doesn't seem to be resistant to it.
And then I will How tall are they? Are they like?
Large creatures. 10
yeah.
feet.
It's probably a little on the short side. Probably closer to like 12.
Then I will. How high above this second ledge does it, like, is the ledge at its, like, waist?
3 feet high.
Yeah, it's not very big.
Mid-calf.
Not enough to cause any kind of issue to anyone but small creatures.
Then I will stand here and attempt to roar at it to get its attention and grab my shield and mace.
Okay, so that's your intimidate.
Yeah, I will attempt to intimidate it.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll intimidate? Or-
These things are mean.
I thought you liked the show.
I do.
Did you want to roll?
Nah, ignore that.
That's my turn.
Okay. I just didn't know if you'd rolled your intimidation or not.
I was asking you. Okay.
Okay.
Construct.
That's that 10.
Who knows? Could be
That's
part of the
everything.
program.
Bless does not go to skill checks.
No.
Dang it!
Okay.
Well, I'd rather it hit me than Yandere,
Me too.
because I can be healed. Yandere can heal himself, but not if he dies.
Yep. All right. You're good.
Yeah, that's me, Coach.
Okay. So this turn, big golem guys come like.
Come on, Chief.
Kind of come and step between you guys. Then you see like this elven person who's like has the same kind of resting elvish bitch face. The eyes, start to glow. You start to see that light trickle through some of the veining in the stone. You see him throw his hands up and roar and burst out into light. And you're like, oh my god, fuck, that's bright. And then... And with that, it takes those hands and comes right back down into an attack against you, Kelmac. Let's see, you did not reckless, so...
I can't, so...
Yeah, that's a 21 to hit.
God,
So...
you...
Yeah, well... Quit you bitching.
No,
Oh,
I'll bitch as much as I want.
You take 30 points of bludgeoning damage.
What the fuck? I took 38 on a crit.
Yep. You're just kind of watching it as that emblem, sitting there on the chest, kind of... I mean, it's kind of hard because this guy's like a giant fucking flashlight. But, you can still kind of see that magical emblem on its chest.
Careful with your words, Eric. One of those sounded like a different word.
Yeah. Your E's and A's sounds very similar.
Yeah, it's the whole southern drawl thing. Yandere, with that, I was gonna turn around and try and clobber you.
No.
That's a 22 to hit.
I don't accept it because you're not allowed to sing that.
Well, that's fine. It's still a 22 to hit.
If I
And you also take 30 points of bludgeoning damage.
You know, I'm inclined to believe that you are indeed making up these damage numbers.
No. Each of these golems has a special trait. So,
They deal 30 damage.
no.
How much damage was that?
30.
3?
30.
30. Okay.
3-0.
Alright.
Yep. Okay, top of the initiative. Volred, you're up. Yuzal, you're on deck.
Before I do an attack, I would like to point out that I still find that there's a connection in the murals that we saw earlier. There were glowing lights, or glowing eyes in one of the murals. Opposite of that, with the same room, was the like mystical sort of music being played. So I'm curious if like the riddle controlling this is in paintings.
Point of clarification. The mural that had the eyes, its pair was the mural showcasing the protective shield that radiated light.
Okay, I had on the western wall, the first one was a mesmerizing melody, followed by one in the middle of the protective shield, and then run on white. The one on the right is a red magical energy, and then east wall, the left one is blazing fire with intense heat. Okay, yeah, middle is the pair of eyes, so the matching one there, I wanted to confirm.
Yeah, so basically you can look at it. The first entries on each of those lists are paired, the second entries are paired, and the third entries are paired.
Yeah. I got my notes correct, just mentally flopped the two.
I think these might be the eyes.
Does anyone have a shield?
Where's my hand?
As I look back, there's a big old, like, dent in mine. Just
Everyone here but you and Caleb.
Technically, Caleb has shield.
Caleb has shield. Just not you.
I wonder what if I have to be standing on top of the room carved ground and attack from that point.
Well, the runes that were in the ground, those have fizzled and they've lost their power.
Okay. Does anyone have any ideas before I just attack?
I think, from my perspective, the light, the two eyes were these golems, because I already felt extreme heat, and the barrier's already dropped. I think this is just kind of a fuck around and find out test.
And with that, I draw my bow again.
Okay.
Did you put up your bow?
Well, I mean, like, I draw another arrow.
Okay.
Rather.
You
Yeah,
shoot
I put
one
my-
bow per arrow. Like, no, this bow's been used. I want a different one.
It's a complicated reloading system. So I will once again go after that same guy. And this time I'm just going to use general combo.
Turret style?
Might as well.
weird.
Alright.
Get to roll a third.
Yep.
Man, you have the worst luck.
Sorry, just missed. And it's kind of hard. Aiming at it, you're like, fuck, this guy's bright. You release part of it you thought was something, but nope, that's just a piece of the halo effect.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, I don't think I can do anything else, so no.
Okay. Izal, you're up. Caleb/Andre, you guys are on deck.
Judging by the size of this construct, would I guess that it has a reach of more than 5 feet?
It's hard to say. I mean, even though on its size, it doesn't. I mean, it's still bipedal, so there's a limit to how. It doesn't have really long arms. So you'd guess it's probably still only 5 feet.
Okay. Well, going by the rules of our magical damage, that plan isn't going to work. So I am. Cool things I can do. Probably not. I'm feeling the resistance for it, so I'm going to hunker down with my shield and my axe and just wail it. Have a few swings.
You're gonna shillelagh.
I'm gonna recklessly attack it some more.
Okay.
There's a 16 plus a D4 hit. So
Well,
17 hit.
just hits.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure like the 17 I know, so like it should be hitting it. 8, 9, 10, 11 plus 11 plus 8 for 19 points of damage again. And I'm assuming I'm getting that reverb.
Yep, you're taking 9. Starting to notice a pattern here.
And I attack it again. Reckless attack. I kind of need this to be a good roll now. 16 is gonna miss.
Just
All beans.
oh, bears.
Swing twice, get a miss, and bonus action. I got nothing, so I
You
will
got a friend in me.
stand my ground.
Okay. Caleb/Yandre, which of you is going first?
Caleb will go first.
Caleb's gonna use some magical cantrips now. And we'll Mind Sliver on the one that Izal was fighting.
Okay.
For an intelligence save. 16.
Okay, roll for damage.
You can pass.
It's got a -4.
You can pass. 7 points of psychic damage.
Okay. Caleb reaches out, goes to cast the spell Mind Sliver on the golem, and then immediately shrieks out in pain as Caleb takes 7 points of psychic damage.
That didn't work. And Caleb in his
Yep.
Caleb voice says, "Ow!"
Oh!
What the fuck was that?
How much damage did Caleb do to the thing again?
0.
7.
Doesn't look like he was affected by it at all. And
Yep.
took 9. Or took 7, sorry.
Yeah, 7.
I took 9. Caleb. Oops. I gotta roll a concentration check. Oh, he's good. Maintains concentration on Bless, but now he's not liking this and is going to take a step backwards. And that's it for Caleb.
Yeah. Let's see. And he got hit by Mind Sliver. He gets disadvantage on a snake saving throw, correct?
Caleb or the robot?
Caleb.
Caleb would. So he would get disadvantage on Okay, so he's suffering the effect of his own spell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he drops concentration on bless, everybody.
Because they roll a natural one.
Good job, Caleb.
Uh,
You suck.
Good job, Caleb. Oh, well, congratulate him next time we see him.
West.
You learned Fireball!
Caleb has now learned that spells targeting directly will get bounced directly back to you. We're learning today, people.
or at least on that one, it seemed to have. When Kelmac cast a spell earlier, it didn't get bounced back to him.
Let's trade.
What spell? What spell did come back cast again?
Guiding bolt.
Guiding bolt.
Yep. So the next attack against it has advantage. Are you done?
I'm
Caleb?
good. Caleb's dead. He stepped back and lost concentration.
Okay. Yandre, would you do me a solid and roll me a wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom?
Yep. As you go to focus on attacking the golem, the brightness is starting to sear your retinas a little bit, standing so close to it.
I rolled a 10. Oh, Kelmac, am I in your area
No.
for bonus? Okay, cool. I rolled a 10.
You roll a 10. That is a fail. So as you're kind of standing, it's like staring into the sun. You've kind of seared your retinas, and now you've got like these kind of permanent bubbles all over your vision. You are blinded until the start of your next turn.
Oh shit.
Okay. Well, until the start of my next turn?
You will start, in which case you will probably make this save again.
Should we run away?
We're trapped in a room.
I didn't know.
I mean, we have our the way we came in, but that's kind of running away.
Climb back out.
Someone could get hit in that process and get killed.
Well, we're gonna get killed.
Nah, we're good.
No, I have an idea. I'm gonna try to... Fuck, I'm gonna try to break the damn symbol.
Bonus action disengage.
Okay.
And I mean, I'm just gonna move.
Yep. I'm gonna stumble away. Yeah, like Caleb and Volrad kind of like see Yandere summon black and like stumbling in towards the magic symbol. Oh, okay. Yandere's able to walk across the magic symbol and doesn't get vaporized. Good to know.
Yeah, it's inert. It's fine.
Yep. Anything else, Yandere?
No. I'm gonna just do that, because, well, do I need to have vision to cast healing on myself?
Not if you target yourself.
I'm just gonna cure wounds myself.
Okay.
Maybe we should just all stay.
You can certainly try. Okay.
Alright.
8 points of healing. Anything else, Yandere?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, let's see here. Zal. Crystal Golem here. Similar, he's gonna rock back and roar. Suddenly, the large flash of light, and he's basically now a being as light is pouring out of his crystalline form. And you're like, ah, fuck. And then it goes in to clobber you. 18, which just hits, I believe. Yeah. Let's see here. This guy. Roll for him. 17 points of non-magical bludgeoning damage.
8. Jerk! You giant robot. Killing
Hits you for a second time. That's a 27.
Barely.
Okay. That is 23 points of non-magical bludgeoning damage.
Half to 11. Ow! He was being rude.
I wish I got to do damage reduction.
Should be a barbarian. It's great.
Yeah.
A
Right.
D12 is probably nice too.
We're built different, Kelmac.
Yeah. And with that,
I'm kind
Guys.
of getting bloodied though.
yeah. Still targeting you, but kind of starting to move around you a little bit. Speaking of Kelmac, you're up. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
I need you to not make these things so scary.
This is nothing. An automaton of demos.
That's 24.
24 is a pass. This guy standing so close is searing your retinas, but you're at least able to make out enough of him to it not affect your combat yet.
It's just kind of bright, and I shake my mane in front of my eyes
Yeah.
to just kind of shield the visual. Like, okay.
Yep, you're just like, yeah, get that down. It's like get a little emo vibe going.
All right, I can deal with this. So I see that he is standing technically on the stairs.
The stairs are in
The
a
model
piece of
is
his-
on the stairs.
Yeah.
By the sound of its steps, because it has taken steps,
Mm-hmm.
is it ludicrously heavy?
I mean, yeah, basically, it's like a 12-foot tall marble statue. I mean, it's thousands and thousands of pounds.
Go on.
Do I think I could knock it over if I leaped at it? Like, full force leaped at it.
I mean, most of its bulk is on the top, so, I mean, I guess it's possible. Grapple it down to the ground.
Does Kelmac believe he could do it?
Well, when you say you, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, Kelmac's pretty big himself, with the right amount of speed and hitting it with the right amount of force. Sure. I mean, there are stories of, albeit giants, wrestling ancient dragons, Like, one thing they teach you in military school, it's not so much about size as it is application.
Then I will. Bonus action. Channel Divinity for my Peerless Athlete. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I will move here, and this little cavity behind him is where he came out of, right?
No, it came out like more this section. That's just a part of the
Okay.
wall behind. Yeah.
And I guess I'll do like I'll just fucking try to jump tackle him at his head.
Okay, so you're gonna basically grapple him down to the ground.
I'll try.
Okay. So that's athletics. This guy got a 22.
17.
Okay. You leap on him. He rocks back a little bit, but he pushes, he steps back and manages to take the brunt and just kind of shove you back off. Kind of throw, you hit the column pillar behind you a little bit, but land on your feet.
Then I'll just try to strike the damn symbol, I guess.
Okay.
Fuck, can I even... Hold on. Okay, that's all I was worried about. Okay, so I just need to hit. Attack 1? No. Attack 2? No. Okay, that's my turn. Go.
Okay. Future grappling takes one of your attacks, just to let you know.
Oh, right.
Okay, Crystal Goblin guy present. So he is going to lay into you, but he does not get advantage against you. That is 29 to hit.
Yeah.
So that is 30 points of non-magical bludgeoning. Second attack is 14, which misses.
Yeah.
Yep, you kind of rock back a little bit, just a little bit far out of his reach. The second slam sails wide. And it's going to step up here a little bit. And that's its turn. Bull Red, you're up. Izal, you're on deck.
Caleb shouts he has a way of stalling for some time. He does not do after that.
Alright, well, I'm going to go after the try to
Okay. Roll your third. Who knows, it could be a crit. Okay, but 25 does hit.
Don't forget, Bullred, you can re-roll your bow dice if you want to, but you have to take the new roll.
go ahead and do that.
Yes. I just say that because it's a 2 and it's the bottom third of what you can roll.
Well, I rolled an 8.
Good luck, everybody.
8 plus 5 is 15 plus 17. 37.
But plus
8
6.
plus
It's
5.
24 plus 6. So that's the difference
There.
between the two.
Okay, so 6 extra damage. Okay. Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay, not bad. gonna start to show some cracks. Let's see. That was Volred. Izal, I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw to avoid being blinded.
So good.
Blinded by the light.
Wisdom saving throws are my best saving throws.
Yep.
We all know that. 17. Would I fail the 17?
You would not. You would just pass.
Alright, so I am not blinded. Hearing Kalen's
But it
word.
really fucking hurts.
Very bright. Don't like it here. This thing's not really taking a lot of shit from me. Caleb will repeat his decisions like he can delay this, but he needs some time. So Izal will take the disengage action to form a wall farther back and without invoking an attack of opportunity, knowing that Caleb is ready to act once there's a chance.
Okay.
So Izal will fall back into a position where she can.
Alright, so that's action, movement, bonus.
Bonus action. She's got nothing. So on to Caleb next, right?
Caleb / Yandre.
Caleb has a plan, Yandre.
Go for it.
Caleb is going to cast Wall of Force.
Okay.
To form a 100-foot long wall of indestructible things, which that's what I was mapping out earlier, was total distances needed. So forming a wall starting here, going around Kelmac, going around the super magical pool, and then going straight across here would leave me like 40 extra feet, but I'm just using it to wall off that wall.
I'm sorry, where was this going again?
So we're gonna go here.
Okay.
It's a 1/4 of an inch thick, so it's not like it basically hugs the walls, the lines of it.
Ah, okay. Well then, let's do it this way then.
Like it doesn't knock anyone out of the way. It just, if I could draw it,
Are you not able to draw?
I can draw it.
Yeah, you can draw it if you want.
I was doing the math earlier. So there
Yep, that's fine.
plenty of room to do that. So
I know
that,
you can drop like.
to avoid the pool of water and give Kelmac enough space to get between that pillar. Well, I could have changed the color. I was red though. So Caleb will make a wall of force to try to wall off that area to give us a second to think about what the fuck we're doing.
Drop the map there. Way we don't have to worry about playing around with it. Okay, so that was Caleb.
Mm-hmm.
Anything Caleb's doing?
That was an action to do that, and he's going to start trying to decipher the runes to figure out if there's a way to solve this golden problem without fighting it. But that'll be next one.
Okay. So that's it for Caleb. Yandre.
I have to make a wisdom saving throw, right?
No, you're no longer blinded.
Caleb says we have 10 minutes at best.
The force field is gone on the door barrier.
Yes, the door just won't open. It moves slightly, just won't open. So perhaps it's just conventionally locked. Or conventionally locked.
Can I check to see if there's any other regular way of unlocking the door?
Sure. I mean, you can roll an investigation check if you want.
I'm good at that, but I will roll it.
Yeah, I know.
Do I get to add proficiency since I have these tools?
Yep.
That's a 14.
Okay. Taking a quick look, from what you can tell, just kind of doing a quick survey of the door, it looks like it's just locked. With that roll, you're not able to just kind of quickly unlock it. The lock's a little more sophisticated than that. But you believe that with a little bit of time and perhaps a little luck, you could get the die rolled, no problem. Or you can get it unlocked.
Well, I do think I can get the door unlocked now, but it is going to take a little bit of time.
10 minutes.
Hopefully not 10 minutes worth of time.
Okay, so you're going to try and unlock the door, serenade it to the sounds of large bangings hitting walls and floors.
Yep.
Okay. It does not take you 10 minutes. I mean, your skills are good enough and the lock's really not that difficult. Takes you maybe a couple minutes to figure it out. You have to it's kind of a large lock, so you have to kind of force it a little bit to get the tumblers to turn over. But you do hear kind of an audible and with a little jiggle of the door handle, shows that there's no longer any restriction.
I've got it open.
Oh fuck! Get me out of here!
Yeah, for the pole.
Yandere will open the door and walk through it.
Okay. So the door opens up into kind of a long hallway, mostly
There's
dark.
another guy on the other side.
The third golem.
You open it up and it's just a wall. This is a fake entrance. No. Oh, if only I was that smart.
Fuck wizards.
Well, you know, some of them would totally be assholes, you know. Where?
So Yandere goes through the long tunnel. Who's next?
Yep.
Me.
Okay, who's third?
Sure. Assuming they can't get through the wall, I will go last.
Okay.
And Caleb will go
Does not seem they can
somewhere
get through the wall. And then door closes behind you, I assume.
before. Yes.
And as you guys kind of rush down the hallway trying to put as much space between you and the constructs as possible, the banging sound quickly fading behind you. As you're rushing along this corridor, like magical lanterns suddenly go lighting your way as you go, as if on some kind of proximity trigger. You kind of see ahead of you, though, the dark corridor is giving way to a lit room. And that is where we're actually going to call it tonight. Well, you guys managed to survive the Sentinels. So,
Because we ran away.
sometimes you have to do that, though.
Not the first time we've ran away from a problem.
It
Won't be the last.
But it is like the first time you guys have ran away from a problem after starting the combat. Normally, you guys just nope out of the combat entirely.
Okay, but says the man who was like, hey, yeah, there's like this incident going on with this guy's livestock. Oh, okay, you know, it might be like
Big bird.
goblins or something else. And I'm just like, hey, the tree's fucked up? Yeah. Are there feathers nearby? Yeah. Do they look like rock feathers? Yeah. Fuck this.
Let's report this to the higher authorities. Thank goodness I am used to playing with a player who has Wall of Force. I'm like, oh, this is a good spell. I'm going to use this.
Clutch.
Man, this is a
Great
heavy ass
stuff.
spell.
High utility.
Okay, yeah, I know, it's crazy. A fight, however, that Kilma was not here for, which sucks, so we'll just have to, hope he's going to be here next session and that he's able to catch up.
Don't worry. When players aren't here and I have to play as them, they usually are more efficient with what they do, other than hurting themselves. Learning experience.
Well, guys, thanks so much for coming out and spending this wonderful D&D Tuesday here. We appreciate it here, Black Tower Stories. So that was Chapter 82. Next session, Chapter 83. We should have a Calum back next week. We've heard nothing to the contrary yet. Yeah, so thanks so much. So next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central. Yeah, 7 p.m. Central. And here in a couple days, Jace will have the video up on YouTube, so feel free to pop over there and look at it. It's also on VOD on Twitch, like pretty much immediately, so you can rewatch it there as well. Of course, subscribe, follow, all of that good stuff. We certainly appreciate it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We don't have anything else. If you guys are in the DFW area, Jace over here is actually going to be running some Dungeons and Dragons at a con this weekend here. So go and give him shit.
Yeah, if you're at Fan Expo Dallas 2023, whenever you see this video, you missed a chance to come play a game with me running it. So take that, future people.
Yes, and hopefully we'll hear back about the A-Fest panel here soon to figure out whether or not we're going to do that again.
That could be a while.
Probably won't happen until like 2 weeks before we're supposed to do it.
Yeah,
And
but
they'll email Ari and not me, despite me the one applying for it.
Yes, but that is actually a good point, Ari. We have that money. Remember, if we're gonna plan any kind of con materials, we should probably go ahead and prep those, and not 2 weeks before. But
Good
that's
night, everyone.
too much fear.
See
Good
you next week.
night.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Yeah, he freaked out. That's on him.
No, that's totally
Too
on
much
you. Though.
excitement. Goodbye, everyone. Good night.
Yeah.